Okay. Close that. Okay. The rest of my chat still isn't working. So I'll stick on the screen. I give people a moment to tune in. Oh, we already got a couple people in here. Hey Gavin, hey Mr. Cheese, what's up? What the heck? Oh, now is it working? Okay, it was telling me that my stream was ending for a moment. Okay, I was gonna be like, what the heck? What do you mean I'm not sending video? I am sending video. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if Gavin was first or if Mr. Cheese was first, but you should both consider yourselves first. It was pretty darn fast for both of you. I hadn't even gotten everything pulled up yet. It was literally like a split second. So we got a couple people in here. I guess we're good to go. This is a YouTuber called Scott the Woz. It's pretty funny. I consider you guys both first. You guys both were pretty darn fast. I don't know who actually entered the stream first. I know that Gavin chatted first, according to my thing, but we're both here really fast. So this one, this episode is I have pulled up first is where he just talks about using Tinder for the first time, and it's pretty funny. And I haven't watched it in a while. Said 0 when you joined. Yeah, I didn't even see it see 0 the first time I even looked. It already said 2. You guys are both here. So I didn't even get the chance to see it. I was still on my OBS screen. Alright, so we ready? I think we're ready to go. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start.
Hey y'all, Scott here. You know, I was recently adding a brand new copy of Madden away to my ever-growing collection when I contracted something. Depression! Valentine's Day is only a few solid decibels away. Thusly, I have to find a mate. Like, really have to find a mate. So,
yeah, people joined really fast.
What better way to do it than with a lack of confrontation by going on Tinder? Here I have my current profile, and I think it's safe to say I'm doing pretty well with it so far. However, in terms of activity, I'm absolutely bleeding lonely.
Yeah, you guys are both at my stream earlier too.
Pay-to-win option though, with a little monthly fee. So I'm gonna run to the store and grab an iTunes gift card to purchase my way to intercourse. So I'm back. I recently bought some iTunes gift cards, one for me and the others for the next homeless guy I see on the street, because I'm just a giving person and, you know, he could use that iTunes gift card much more than I could. Now with the aid of Tinder Plus, I am cruising through matches. It's like a dream come true. However, none are really responding to my messages. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. You know, I wish I could see how other guys talk to girls on Tinder so then I could see what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong.
Just a little bit more so everyone can hear it.
That's it! I'll pose as a girl on a new account just so I could see how other guys talk to me.
Shame wouldn't that
Now, before you get judgmental,
wouldn't let you comment much.
know two things. One, I'm only posing as a girl to get laid. And two, I don't use Tinder all the time. I only use Tinder when I'm bored or horny. Here we go, just a quick search on Google Images for that, and that, and here we go. My name is Glenda Siete, and I'm a girl who likes beach balls. But I don't say that in my bio, I just cleverly make a beach ball my only other picture available. So I ended up messaging all these guys first, and we have a fair amount of responses here. If your left leg was lunch and your right leg was dinner, I'd snack in between. Like my navel? Is that a threat? Let's wait on the response there. Oh, looks like somebody said, hey, but I don't like the confidence in messaging first. I'm just going to ignore that. So I responded to this man's first message, and he threw it in a direction that I'm really not a fan of. I'm just a lovable scam catfishing people for knowledge on how to talk to girls on Tinder, and also for some really weird power trip. But I don't want to leave the guy hanging, so... Oh, that sounds great. Would you like to swap emails? And just going to delete that. Alright, so after looking at how guys talk to women virtually and how they present themselves, I think it's finally time to retool my profile. So I recently took a lot of new photos. I specifically got this dude who works for Shutterstock to do it for me, and I think these pictures came out pretty well. I also buffed out all the kinks in my bio and came up with this. Hey gang, King Handjob here. Just showing how much experience I have. I am what many would consider a party within a profile. You know, I'm just a fun guy, you know? In terms of future plans, I would like to be 25 years old someday. You know, I have aspirations too, you know? No ghost allowed. I've had too many bad experiences with those things. Alright, looks like I'm finally ready to start matching. Oh, wait, I got a notification on Twitter. Oh, hot dog! Not only is an incredibly beautiful woman interested in me, but an attractive one as well. There's only two ways this can end. Marriage followed by
Yeah, it
sex.
is. It's
Or
pretty
slight
darn funny.
embarrassment. At this point, I'll take anything. Alright, let me just click this link to Messenger. Oh, okay, I'll come across women I know. Well, that's enticing, specifically because the only women I know are cartoon foxes. Do you agree to keep the user's identity secret? No, because if somebody asks me, I'll start giggling too much, and they'll see right through me. The women on this site are not at all interested in a relationship. Boring! Do you agree to practice safe sex? What is this, middle school? Lame! Age group, gonna go for the lows and the highs. And what type of body turns you on? Ooh, I love Buffalo Wild Wings! And what type do I prefer? I'll say all. Wabamo! Well, it seems to be a bit frozen.
Oh,
Well,
I've seen this before. It still makes me laugh.
While I wait for her to message me back, I'll go back on Tinder and crank up the boost option and talk to some girls. I'll use some of the tactics I learned from the other guys I've met. Specifically, I'll try to be a nice jerk. I like your glasses, but you need to work on the freckles. Alright, so while I wait for her to throw herself at me, I think I need to do something different to my Tinder profile, something to help it stand out from the crowd. Oh, I'll make a video to help sell myself, like a movie trailer, you know? The only problem is I sold my computer to help fund Tinder Plus. The thing is, you know, I spent $10 on Tinder Plus and $140 on the iTunes gift cards for Homeless Man McGee out there. So I guess I'm gonna have to use Windows Movie Maker on my old computer to help make this trailer. I was reported.
Do we want to? Let's do tour of the frat house next. That's a good one. I had totally forgot about that one. Actually, I haven't watched that one in a much longer time. All right, let's do that one. That one's pretty good. Yeah, 3 viewers. Yep, 3 people right now. Alpha Menorah JavaScript.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Welcome to the most humble cult / nicest fraternity there is, Alpha Menorah JavaScript. You know, we are an independent cult. We have a big passion for Greece, Judaism, and coding. So, let's take a tour of the frat house, losers. Come on. Oh, wait. Just watch out there. We got a little crazy 4 months ago. So just don't mind the glass. Oh, also, can you take off your shoes? I don't want to track in mud.
How many viewers? It got a total of 2,500 and some odd. It got over 2,500 views. My most viewed video by a long shot now. Over tripling my previous record.
In these cans. Jesus Christ, that's tart. Where did you guys leave the cream and sugar? Need somebody to beer you when there's nobody in sight? Just take a tug at our patented beer mural. You'll be beered in no time. Imagine alluding to firearms when you're attempting to get way past Blaze. Barely a problem. Come over here.
Yeah, I know. It's that was the best night in this channel's history, most likely.
We got a lot of non-alcoholic beer in there, and you can also get shot glasses right over here.
That made my entire week. Everybody was so nice.
No alcohol.
I hope I get to see all those people again. Obviously, you're from there, Gavin, as well. Some people I haven't seen quite since then, but I'm sure I will eventually.
Guilty as charged. That's why
Like Sophie, that Killer Z. Well, she followed me on Instagram.
Here we house all of our frat trophies, which I was incredibly humbled to be the recipient of each and every one of these. Those were the days, back in my early years of this frat. But these are much more than just trophies, because
That's bad. I had to. Yeah, I didn't want to.
Sex here, and you're bone dry when it comes to protection. Not a problem.
I didn't want to have. I didn't want Mark to come after me or anything, because I didn't know if. I know it's technically a reaction, but I didn't want it to be considered a re-upload since it's like a solid 3 hours straight of Unisonus. And also just to respect the channel and whatnot. I wanted to respect the clock.
Great stuff. We also have Guitar Basics 2, which is basically a standard at every fraternity by now. Spanish 1, Volume 2, Part 2. I haven't necessarily watched this just because I'm not really one for spoilers. It's unfortunate,
but I've got it privated. I've gone back and watched it a couple times, not all the way through obviously, but I've gone back and watched sections of it just because that was easily the most fun I've had in a stream, chatting with so many people that are all so nice, that were all being really nice to me and supporting me that whole time. That was really cool. Am I God stream? I would not say I'm a God streamer, but I appreciate the compliment.
There's been a miscommunication, so we got a large portion of Dave Coulier instead. I don't know how it was miscommunicated. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little look at our humble little fratnado. And if you were impressed... Wait a second. I feel 40 acres of sex coming along. It's a good thing all members of Alpha Minor JavaScript keep emergency supplies behind their ear at all times. Well, I hope you enjoyed your visit, and if you'd like to know more about
Alpha Minor thank you very much.
Join and whatnot, then you can find us on Kick through the use of trial and error. And you can also buy our world-renowned koozies.
Super nice of you to say.
They're a hot item this holiday season, and we have a lot of people already on back orders. So yeah.
Would you like a koozie?
Yeah. Shit. That's my client.
I forgot how that one ended. Well, thank you very much for the compliments, Mr. Cheese. You've been super nice. Let's see, what's something that would be a really good one? Oof, this one's good.
Hey y'all, Scott here, and you call me just tuning into my favorite 50s sitcom.
It's the Shit Givers.
Yep, that's not me. I really need to take a page out of the Shit Givers book and start giving a shit more. I want to be better than everybody else, so I decided to cut out fast food and to exercise more. Weirdly enough, it turned out the parking lot I threw Poppets in was to a gym. But then, right before I was about to sign up for a 1-month all-inclusive free trial, I decided I wouldn't waste all my money, and I'd bring the gym to me in the form of fitness-related video games. These games were incredibly prominent in the 7th generation of game consoles with the popularity of the Wii and the Kinect.
First off, we have to talk about Wii Fit. We're just going to be taking a look at Wii Fit Plus. It's the same as Wii Fit, but with more content added. All Wii Fit games require the use of the Wii Balance Board, which is an accessory that can measure your balance and weight. The Wii Fit games popularized this accessory in various other games supported on the Wii.
Well, I have the sudden urge to make a DeviantArt account.
It's been a good long while since I've last gotten on Wii Fit Plus, so let's do a bit of a body test to get back on track. Well, my center of balance is gross, and use your abs, what the hell does that mean? And now I get to see my BMI results.
Well, guilty as charged.
Entering a goal in Wii Fit Plus has its limits. I can only gain 22 pounds in a year, which is pitiful. We have a few more body test activities and we finally get to my Wii Fit age.
Great, I am 20 years old
as
of now. Wii Fit Plus is saying I have the mannerisms of a 20-year-old, so why is it acting like I'm obese and ugly?
Now on to the meat of Wii Fit and Wii Fit Plus. There are 4 categories of activities. The first 2 are yoga and strength training, but who cares about those because we have fun games to play in aerobics and balance games. These can be loads of fun, and in Wii Fit Plus, there's another selection of games exclusive to this version. One of my favorites back in the day was running, but now I'd rather just take my Wiimote to a fan and let it play itself. The yoga and strength training sections are fine in themselves. They're exactly what they're advertised as. They're not gamey like the other activities and are the straight up workouts of the package. I'd say the biggest problem with Wii Fit and Wii Fit Plus is that they're better as games than hardcore exercise programs. Don't get me wrong, the activities within the games will give you a good workout and the yoga and strength training sections are fine as exercises. But the body tests always seem to give false information, like it says I need to cut back to around 100 pounds. It may be because this is using the profile I made back when I was around 12 or 13, but the game recognized how old I am now, so I don't understand. Plus, I remember this being a consistent issue with Wii Fit, and looking at other reviews of the game online, it's obviously not just me. I'm sure you all know Wii Fit though, so I won't linger too long. All I gotta say is it can be a fun game that gives you a good workout, but the body test portion of the game should not be trusted. Here we have Gold's Gym Cardio Workout by Ubisoft. Firstly, we have to create our own avatar, and thank God it takes into account all the guys from Ripley's Believe It or Not, because our avatar can be 4 inches tall and in conjunction weigh 660 pounds. The game's main focus is on rhythmic boxing, so wait until the game tells you to swing and go for it. Kinda like DDR, but with punching. And I gotta say, this game does a good job giving you a workout and is actually really fun. I do have some problems with the controls though. Punching works fine, but whenever it asks me to duck and weave, if I actually do the motion, it doesn't read it properly. I end up having to pretend to duck and weave by just moving the Wii Remote and nunchuck downwards. I guess we get to go at this punching bag for a while to end the workout. That was anticlimactic. The game allows you to use 2 Wii Remotes, which I would recommend instead of the Wiimote and Nunchuck combo. 2 Wii Remotes offer more accurate controls and no short wire in between. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed this one. Next up, we have Jillian Michaels' Fitness Ultimatum 2009.
Ultimatum?
You know whose game you're playing, right? This is a Jillian Michaels game.
I'm sorry. Well, Cabela's Fitness Ultimatum 2009 offers up a character creator, and perfect. The game has a fair amount of FMVs of Jillian Michaels, and I'm just sitting here waiting for the QuickTime events to start up. And here we have the game's hub world, Jillian Michaels Fitness Camp, and I gotta say it looks more concentration than fitness. The cafeteria offers a load of helpful hints. Never mind, you have to unlock those. Well, I am able to find the workout area where we have to put together a list of different workouts we want to do. Or in other words, 5 minigames. And let's go for a hard workout. And hard is right. They're not messing around here.
I still want to play Ring Fit Adventure. I wonder if that'll give me a good workout or not. I'm playing with the Wii balance board here, and first up is running, which holy shit, this is awkward as all that is sacred. You have to run, but not run on the Wii balance board while moving your hands with the Wii Remote and Nunchuck. Why not just say the balance board isn't compatible with this minigame? It feels like if you say you have the balance board, support for the accessory was just completely shoehorned in. And there was support for a lot of things that were just shoehorned into stuff on the Wii, honestly.
Moving on. This minigame here involves picking up and throwing paint grenades. And it's actually not that bad of a workout. I could do without the Wii Remote and Nunchuck controls though. Obviously the main workout here is just the squatting. Next up is log jumping. This is awful. And here we have log balancing, and I already thought this game was pretty low quality before this, but this minigame opened my eyes. The entire game I just laid down and did nothing. Literally the game just played itself. The character never fell over or did anything to make it seem as if a person is controlling her. But hey, get this.
Excellent. Guess what's coming your way? A new tip.
Incentives! Here we have EA Active 2. Uh-oh. Yeah, I bought this game used and it didn't come with the heart rate monitor, but let's just see how far we can get in the game without them. Yep, they're onto us. Let's move on to the Kinect here, with the Biggest Loser Ultimate Workout. And with this, I suddenly figured out my room is not made for the Kinect. Yeah, I didn't play these games enough based on how much room I had, but I at least played enough to throw out some first impressions. This game took me by surprise, not because it's anything spectacular, but it's much higher quality than I expected. By that I mean I expected another Cabela's Fitness Ultimatum 2009, but instead we get a bland game that helps you work out but isn't fun in the slightest. It does accurately count the amount of reps of a certain exercise you do, which is a plus and does definitely get your heart pumping, but it's nothing I'd come back to. Next is Zumba Fitness, and I am not a fan. This is a dancing game in the same vein as Just Dance or Dance Central. From what I played, there were no prompts showing you what dance move to do next. So it took way too long to actually figure out what the move is I'm supposed to be doing. I'd just rather play Dance Central. Finally, let's end it with NBA Baller Beats. This game is a rhythm game in the style of Dance Central, but incorporates a basketball in the moves. The problem is I don't have a basketball on me, so hopefully it'll accept a watermelon instead. Yep, it's a rhythm game with a basketball, and for you watermelon fans out there, it does technically work.
So those are just a few fitness-related video games for you, and honestly, most of these games are pretty good for what they are. Not only do they get your heart pumping, but they're actually pretty fun ways to work out, and they also take great advantage of motion controls. These games are simply not possible on systems other than the Wii or Kinect. But, as somebody who enjoys standard video games, I am obligated to say these games would be a lot better with a real man's controller.
I'm just gonna kind of feel it out. It still won't be for quite a while though.
It's so much better.
Okay, let's see. What's a really good one? Oh, people are gonna like this one. Because a lot of people who watch me tend to like Call of Duty. Because some of the people that found me, not counting that it was on a stream, which is technically where most of my recent viewers came from, a lot of others found me through when I started my return to Call of Duty. So I guess we're going to watch one about Call of Duty on the Wii, specifically. Oh, Gavin seems to be excited about this
Scott here, and I'm in a predicament. You see, I don't want to be called a pussy, so I'll play Call of Duty, but I want to be a pussy while playing Call of Duty.
The Call of Duty series, also known as Hey Guys, My Crotch is Huge, I Swear, is the best-selling first-person action franchise in history, according to the back of this box. Call of Duty has been around since 2003, with the first entry being released exclusively for PC originally. The series focused on World War II until it gradually lost all of its marbles and went effing crazy, until recently when it came back home with Call of Duty World War II. The series really got popular with the release of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare on the PC, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360, and during that generation of gaming, Call of Duty dominated sales charts each and every year, with most people scrambling to play the game on any of those three platforms.
I seem to be pretty excited for this
the majority of Call of Duty releases came alongside a version released for the best-selling console at the time, the Wii. You see, it made perfect sense. The best-selling game meets the best-selling console. Of course, the Wii was about as powerful as 2 sticks of butter, so getting these games to run on it required a deal with the Mafia at the very least. Surprisingly, the only game to skip out on a Wii release was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Every other mainline console game from Call of Duty 3 to Modern Warfare 3 received a Wii port. So let's see just how jank or unjank these games are. Before we divulge, I am not a Call of Duty fan. I know that statement was made for shocking. I've tried to get into the games before, but I always ended up quickly washing out my mouth with Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix. To be honest, I've had fun with the games, but never got into them so hard that I play for hours upon hours like every other teenage boy in junior high did. I was always more of a Nintendo guy, so let's see what Activision had prepped for the rest of us. Of course, the main controllers for the Wii are the Wii Remote and Nunchuck combo. The Wii Remote is already terrifyingly gun-like with the B button trigger on the bottom, so surely this is a match made in heaven. The Wii also features support of GameCube controllers and classic controllers, which offer more standard control layouts. But you really think I'm gonna look at every Call of Duty release on the Wii using actual controllers? Please, we're using the only moral controller setup, the one that makes the most sense for Call of Duty on Wii, a nunchuck attached to a Luigi Wii Remote. The mainline Call of Duty franchise was originally developed only by Infinity Ward, but as the series went on and became annualized, mainline entries began to alternate developers. When one game was made by Infinity Ward, next year's would be done by Treyarch. The team dipped their toes in the franchise with the console counterpart to Call of Duty 2, subtitled Big Red One, but were able to take a full-on whack at the series with Call of Duty 3 in 2006. This was not only a launch title for the Wii, but also the PS3, and both came out a full week after the other versions. First things first, the game bellows that it's been licensed by Nintendo. Thank God I was worried there for a sec. Taking place in World War II, we take control of Private Nichols, and I can't do this. Like I said, this was a launch title for the Wii, and it's wholeheartedly obvious. In the conversion to the Wii, the multiplayer mode was cut, but overall it's the same game as it was on other platforms. Except this time around, we get to control a car like this, dear God. Call of Duty 3 exclusively utilizes the Wii Remote and Nunchuck, and oh boy does it exclusively utilize the Wii Remote and Nunchuck. You can't use the GameCube controller or the classic controller. This Call of Duty was made to withstand the power of pointer controls. And man, they are just awkward in this game.
I'm glad it seems like it's finally settled at 120.
That's fine, and that's how it should be. Firing your weapon utilizes the B button, which feels fine, but to aim down your sights, you have to use the A button, which just feels off. Whenever you're moving, the aim marker disappears, which means it's almost impossible to run and gun. And
Right.
speaking of which, you
So we
can
just
even
reaction
sprint
time.
in the
This
campaign.
this is chill.
Apparently, you can sprint in the
Yeah,
multiplayer,
I mean,
which of course
that's
isn't
currently
in
the
this
plan.
version. Wow.
What,
We also
I'm
have a
not
good
sure. We
chunk
may
of
do
areas that require
other stuff. I
waggling
don't
the Wii
know.
remote
I just
around.
wanted to do
Fighting
this
off
for
an
a
enemy,
while.
you have to do the struggling punching motion with the Wii remote and nunchuck, and then put them in the position as if they were a
You guys
rifle
like
and
chilling
jab
like
it
this?
forward to finish somebody off.
I didn't.
But then we get to the
I
driving
didn't
area,
want to start
which
doing it
requires
until
moving
I
the
was
controllers
doing a
like wheel to
rewatch
steer
of
your
Lunas
car.
Honest.
Forget about
But
that perfectly
wanted
fine
to make sure I was
analog
able to
stick you have on
stream,
that
so I
nunchuck
just
right
started.
there. Forget about just twisting and turning the Wii remote by itself. No, use both controllers in tandem. This is war. Listen,
I
I
started
dig a good
streaming just
representation
my
of World
reactions
War
to it
II
as we
just
were
as
going,
much as
and
the
people
next
seemed
guy,
to
but
enjoy it.
Call of Duty 3 just
Especially
kind of
that
felt
last
like
one.
every other World War II shooter from 2006, except
Pretty
now
cool.
with
I
12
went
times the
from
immersion. I'll say this,
88
graphically
to
it looks fine as a
120. Yeah, I
Wii
went
game.
from,
I mean, it was also
83 to
released on the
120.
Xbox and PlayStation 2, which had
Even
comparable
more. So
hardware,
it was like-
so it has no
it was like
reason to run
37.
like piss. It looks and runs
37
fine.
people.
The sound design is great. It feels like a legitimate blockbuster. The sweeping score is fantastic. And the game itself is fine. I could see myself being okay with the concept of beating it, just not on this console. Pointer controls and first-person shooters on the Wii still needed some work when this game came out. Call of Duty 3 was generally well received, but is considered one of the weaker
That's pretty
Call of
awesome.
Duties.
No,
Then
welcome.
maybe because there were
Whoever's
just
using
too
the
darn many
Brandon
World
account.
War
I don't know if
shooters
that's
out
John
at
or
the
Brian,
time, or
but
because
whichever one of you
Treyarch
it
just
is,
wasn't up to snuff with
welcome.
Infinity Ward, or both, or who knows, I sure don't. I spend my spare time looking at the cover of Donkey Kong Barrel Blast. I'm not qualified to say this kind of trash. Anyways, Treyarch made Call of Duty 3 because Infinity Ward was too busy hammering away at Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, set in modern times, which released in 2007 for the PC, 360, and PS3, but not the Wii. The next title in the series in 2008, Call of Duty World at War, was developed by Treyarch yet again, went back to the World War II setting, and released on the PC, 360, PS3, and the Wii again, day and date with the other versions. Here we are, Call of Duty World at War. What a lanky cursor. The game makes sure to let you know it's compatible with the Wii's Zapper. This was an accessory made for games like this, but it always bugged me the games would say they're compatible with it. Literally, it's a hunk of plastic, every game is compatible. That's like putting a sticker that says compatible with the sense of sight on a bottle of mustard. Like, yeah. I used to have a Wii Zapper, but that
Do you like
fat
getting
boy
lots of
is
comments?
long
Yes, I do. I
gone,
love
so we're
getting
just gonna
comments
play
in
with the standard
any
remote
stream.
and
The
nunchuck combo. Just
gaming
when you're ready
ones
to jump
or
knee
the
first into the
chill
campaign,
ones,
World at War warns
or
about the
on
use of
any
graphic
videos. I love getting
historical
comments,
footage, and the
hearing
term Hitler shit
feedback,
on the
or
ESRB
just
rating is
chatting
finally
with
starting to
people
make some
makes
sense.
it a lot more
There are two
fun.
types of Wii games
I
out
love it.
there, anti-Nazi and pro-Nazi. Call of Duty World at War ends up in the anti-corner because we are just absolutely obliterating these things in the game. Actually, that's only one half of the story. You play as the American soldier Private Miller and the Soviet Dmitri. America versus Japan, Soviets versus Nazis, have at it. I wondered if these two character stories would ever cross paths, but nope, it's just two different sides of World War II, and the campaign just hops between the two characters. Alright, so how are them positives? I'm happy to say the control issues present in Call of Duty 3 have been remedied here. Treyarch finally got a hold of how Wii remote controls should work in a first-person shooter.
Where's any-
Aiming down sights has been moved to
That
the
was
Z
annoying.
button
No,
on the
no, I
nunchuck,
love
which feels
when people,
much better
comment
than
or
the A
chat.
button. You can actually sprint in this game,
So
and
it's
overall
Brian.
it feels pretty
Welcome,
good.
Brian.
It's so immersive, I truly feel like a world at war. That's a little thing I like to call hyperbole. The controls work well and definitely have their advantages over a standard controller layout, that being incredibly precise aiming. Pointer controls make it pretty obvious whenever you sneeze, however. I do prefer a standard gamepad, but the Wii Remote and Nunchuck work well enough that I can totally see why some people really dig this control setup. It takes some time to get used to, but you can definitely have some fun with these controls. That's it, World at War is trash on the Wii. I mean, I can tell this is a good game and would be a decent romp on the PC, 360, or PS3, but God, this is a tart port of the game. It's very obvious this was a Call of Duty game made for current-gen hardware at the time, and was then hastily ported to lesser hardware. Animations run at such a low frame rate, and the game itself just doesn't look good, even for the Wii. World at War takes itself
Yeah,
so
it looks
seriously, which is perfectly
not that
fine.
great.
This is a war story, but man, with animations and
Other
graphics
consoles,
like these,
World
they
at
might
War
as
is
well be sock
fantastic.
puppets
And
and
saying
make
on the
feel
Wii,
same.
it doesn't
While
look
it's
that
super
great.
dark and gritty, the animations make me feel like I should be clapping and stomping my foot to them. They really don't look great. It's also missing like a ton of content. The Nazi Zombies mode isn't here, which is why many people liked World at War. Even full missions are missing. But really, my main problem is the glitches. This is a glitchy, unappealing version of World at War. I really didn't have a hoot with this one. 2009 marked the release of Modern Warfare 2, developed by Infinity Ward for the PC, 360, and PS3. No Wii version this time, instead on the same day, Activision released a Wii version of the original Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Reflex Edition. When Modern Warfare was initially released, the developers obviously asked, how do we appeal to a younger demographic, and bada boom, that's how it's done. Modern Warfare takes place in the future. 2011, the first Call of Duty to stray away from the World War II setting, and at this
The
point,
future at
after
the
playing
time.
those two things, Modern Warfare is a breath of fresh air, and I guess that's how people felt in 2007 when this game was released as well. You think the market's oversaturated with futuristic shooters nowadays? 10 years ago, people were saying the same thing about World War II shooters. I gotta say,
Happy you don't have
this
school tomorrow.
is how you do a Wii
I
version
gotta work
of Call
tomorrow,
of Duty.
but
Modern Warfare took the Call of Duty series and turned it into a true AAA blockbuster.
Yes, you can stay up and watch.
Everything
That's
was amped
awesome.
up in this release. The cinematics, the gameplay, the level design, the story, the multiplayer, everything. And honestly, it's all here in the Wii version. Treyarch handled the port to the Wii, and gone are the sour controls of Call of Duty 3. Gone are the plethora of graphical problems and glitches in World at War. This is Modern Warfare, just on the Wii. Of course, it doesn't look as nice. Alas, it doesn't
Looks
run
much better
poorly,
than World at
just
War,
a
though.
lower resolution, lesser textures, lower poly models, and while it is still susceptible to problems here and there, overall, this is how you do a Call of Duty game on the Wii. I'd say it could have definitely used some classic or GameCube controller support, but this is a solid port. And yeah, I had some fun with this game. I'd still rather play the traditional versions, but it's a solid game. And I've been seeing this screen quite a lot lately. I was killed by a grenade, and I have to watch out for the indicator. Oh, so that's what that icon meant. Next up, in 2010, we had Call of Duty Black Ops, which
This
shipped
is
day
your
and date on
mark.
the Wii alongside the PC, 360, and PS3, developed by
Nice.
Treyarch. This is a continuation of World at War and takes place during the Cold War, and I don't have much to say about this one other than it's a solid game. I think this truly proved the worth of Treyarch, not just as a good developer, but being able to live up to the standards of, and possibly even outdo, Infinity Ward. It's a solid game, and the Wii version works fine. It's very similar to the quality of Modern Warfare Reflex Edition. Lower quality graphics here, and even some parts of the story missions are cut, but by and large, I don't think it's too far-fetched to say if you played Black Ops on Wii, you experienced Black Ops. It's also the first Call of Duty on the Wii to offer support for the classic
Yeah,
and GameCube
one thing I was
controllers.
wondering
God,
is,
does exist.
weren't all
Also,
Black
the
Ops
multiplayer
games in the
servers are
Cold
still
War?
online if you're looking for
I
something
thought they
to
were
do
all in the
next
Cold
weekend.
War.
The last Call
So,
of
like,
Duty
why is
released
this
on
one
Wii,
called
Call of
Cold
Duty
War?
Modern Warfare 3,
Like the
developed by
newest one.
Infinity Ward, released in 2011. And honestly, at this point, I'm sick of playing Call of Duty, so I didn't get far in this one. Yeah, the frame rate isn't as good, it doesn't look as nice, but hey, it's still basically Modern Warfare 3. It surprised me just how competent it looked, to be honest. But god, this game seems to be really pushing the Wii. Let me tell you, you know a game's demanding when the Wii sounds like it's choking. Two more Call of Duties were released on the Wii brand of consoles, that being Black Ops 2 and Ghost, released on the Wii U. There's not much to say about these ones. Basically, since the Wii U was on par with the Xbox 360 and PS3 power-wise,
Really on the
these are
Wii.
pretty spot-on versions
Yeah,
of the
and the
games.
Wii is
Overall,
significantly
the Wii had its
less
share of
powerful
good and bad versions
than,
of Call of Duty.
than the
I gotta say, I did
360
get
and the
used to the Wii
PS3.
remote controls after
So
a
it
while,
was-
and they can be fun.
and it didn't have
Modern
two
Warfare
analog
Reflex
sticks
Edition and Black Ops both are solid
on
ports
the main
Wii,
controllers, so
but nowadays,
it's
there's
kind of
really
hard
no
to
reason
make one.
play these. These were made for the people who only had a Wii. Now, 360s, PS3s, and these games on those platforms
about as
are
good as they
so
could be
cheap.
for
I don't think anybody
it
really
being on
has
the
a
Wii,
reason to
but-
play these anymore.
Yeah,
may
this
say
is
the accuracy
specifically
of
about the
remote
Wii
controls
version,
give
yeah.
these versions merit, but at this point, just play the PC versions with mouse and keyboard. You'll get the exact same accuracy. In fact, you'll get more accuracy. I'm still not way into Call of Duty, but I do think it's pretty neat to look back and see exactly what corners were cut to get these things running on the Wii. But hey, what do I know?
I thought
Just
it'd
to
be cool to
reiterate
learn
how
about the-
unqualified I am
the
to be
more
critiquing
niche
or even talking about the Call of Duty
part
franchise.
of Call of
Let's
Duty
take a
that
look at
not
my
a whole lot of
resume.
people are familiar with.
I am going fucking nowhere.
Yeah, this one is one of my favorites. We gotta watch this one.
Hey y'all, Scott here, and do I ever have a beef with the National Calendar Society? Months are opinions, not statements, so welcome to the month of Bluth. You see, I was always bummed by the fact there weren't a lot of holidays leading up to Christmas. December is just a month of filler with a climax at the very end, so I've effectively moved the first 23 days of Christmas into its own month Bluth with tons of new holidays. Today just so happens to be Why Is Scott Wearing That Hat Day. The only problem with the month of Bluth is that the last 6 days are reserved strictly for empathy. So it looks like I have some time to kill before Christmas, and what better way to pass the time than to look through some mail? I'm sold.
I love the, forget what the name of it is, but from 8-bit Game Heroes or whatever. The remixes they do in the different Scott episodes are always cool.
Yep,
3D
this is the
Game
one.
Heroes, that's it. I think.
Always happens to me. Ah, hey all, Scott here.
Hey Scott, all here. My name's Terry Lessler and this is my assistant Jeb. Welcome to the 3rd annual Vegans Anonymous meeting. Got a big showing this year.
So is this like a convention
Yeah,
or
streams
a
on my
call
channel.
or a
Yeah,
meeting?
most of them.
Alright, so we got a little bit of column
outside
A,
of those,
a little bit of column 3, and a
and this honest ones.
See,
They'll
this
pretty
time
much
of
all
year,
get
there's
put
shows
on there
that are
unless
varying
like there
in
are
color.
actual like
So we
big
really just
issues
gotta
or
come
something.
together this Christmas season. It's hell. Want to join the resistance?
Well, anything to beef up my resume's cult section. What
Come
do you?
on!
What
Why
do
do you gotta do it here,
Think
man?
of the
It's
kids.
Christmas season.
Listen, I just don't want to walk out of the house without this thing and constantly ask myself, what if?
Well, that is what they all say.
Guys, I swear I wasn't planning anything nefarious. Listen, what if I make it up to you by spreading Christmas cheer the only way I know how?
I don't know. It's pretty hard to trust someone after a stunt like this. To me, you're basically wearing a racial slur on a shirt.
Thank you. Well, come on, give me a chance. It's impossible not to crack a smile while pummeling through Madden 08. Holy shit, there's a Madden 08?
I know, I said the same thing when I first saw this game. The 8th Madden? Surely they've truly run out of ideas at this point. But right when I saw the opening cinematic, I knew I wasn't in for the 8th Madden. I was in for Madden 08.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
It sure is. The opening here cuts between real-life footage and in-game graphics to highlight just how real Madden 08 is, jamming in our skulls the question, who wants it more? And Jesus Christ, guys, my hand is as far up as I can make it. I do. After the NFL logo has some heart palpitations, we're greeted to... Welcome home, old friend. The Madden series was based off of the hit book, later adapted into a head coach, and finally turned into video game franchise extraordinaire. It's truly one of the most successful game series out there, even though I'd consider it to be a one-hit wonder. Madden 08 was officially let free to the public on August 14th, 2007 for the PC, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable, Nintendo GameCube, Wii, Nintendo DS, Xbox, and Xbox 360, with a Mac version following suit on September 1st, 2007, which means us true Madden 08 fans disregard it hard. But you're probably yelling, telling me something I don't know. We're taking a look at the Xbox 360 version here, which many consider to be the best of the bunch, but I couldn't personally choose just one. They're all great. But before we get too deep, spoiler alert, for my favorite team, I'm picking the Chiefs. I love kid cuisine, and who says video games aren't art? The 8th time's the charm, because we truly have a trifecta going on here. A little to the left, we have all the trophies. A little to the middle, we have all the class rings I refused to buy in high school. And at the sharp
words are
right, we have
bad.
an empty closet for expansion. Madden 08 is the video game to really redefine the Madden 08 genre. We play as the titular character Madden 08 on his trek to get from here all the way over there, with a football included in there somewhere. Seems simple, but we have so many roadblocks in our way, such as him, and even him. Some of the most iconic antagonists in all media. Like many great games, the concept is simple, but has a lot of depth. So many strategies are put into place before you can move. You can even ask a special guest star for advice on what to do exactly. You know, John Madden refused to put his name on the franchise if it wasn't as realistic as possible. That's interesting, so that means real football players can ask the ghost of John Madden for advice. Can't wait to unlock him as a playable character. Let's get into the game. Literally! In the My Madden section, we have to bang out our own custom player. Everybody please welcome Hidden Valley, hailing from Tucson, Arizona. His favorite color is auburn. In terms of stats, Hidden Valley has the stiffest arm in the county and very little else. But what's Hidden Valley without his team, the Clacks? We can customize the jersey color, pants color, helmet color, EA, you've done it again. Madden 08 is the first time I could ever live out my fantasy of owning a football stadium named the Clack Dome.
Wait, is this vegan?
And Valley presents
Sure as
the
hell's a
Clack
whole
Dome.
lot of pigskin for this to be vegan.
If that doesn't do anything for you, then we can move on to another version.
Next, we have 2007's Game of the Year runner-up, Madden 08 on the GameCube. Not as fully featured as its Xbox 360 counterpart, but if you can smell competency right now, surely you're getting away from Madden 08 on the GameCube. It was the last game released on the console, and what a way to piss out. You see, this is the kind of game that needs to be re-released in HD on current game consoles. Hopefully, if a re-release does well, we'll see a sequel to Madden 08.
Oh,
Madden
okay.
09. No.
Madden 08 2. Madden 09 doesn't count. It was an overhyped, underwhelming, spiritual successor to a game that deserved far more. Anyways, the GameCube version oddly has a radically different user interface compared to the Xbox 360 variant. Doesn't make it any less magical. There's so much room for creativity tucked in this game. For example, here's Mr. Madden 08 running away from every number lower or higher than 08.
You know what I'd like to see? Madden 08 for the DS. You know, I don't actually have that version.
The DS version? You don't have the DS version, you have to have the DS version.
Who doesn't have the
if
DS
it makes it
version?
any better, we can move over to the Wii one.
The Wii won't.
At long last, we can feel what it's like to Madden 08 with the Wii's motion control capabilities. We can feel every Madden, every 08. This is truly a milestone. This is probably one of the more bare-bones home console versions of the prophecy out in the market. Oh my god, I can't say something like that. It's Madden 08, just a bit simplified. Diet God is still God. The Wii version has a party mode that allows for everybody to join the craze. Only one Wii remote is required per player, and it makes everything way easier to grasp. With only a few flicks, you'll quickly understand Madden 08 is a right, not a privilege. The game is so smart with how it does everything. Even the credits are smart. They have these pockets of blank so you have time to breathe between the list of deities who made this. And on top of that, the music is phenomenal.
You listen to that baby purr? Sounds f***ing dumb. Alright guys, alright, what's your deal with this? Why are you being so tart with this?
Listen, man, Madden 08 just doesn't really speak to us.
Whoa, how do you know those were my 15 least favorite syllables in order?
There's a little too much Madden, not enough about my needs.
Not really my thing.
What?
It's just too real.
Way too smooth, not for me at all.
I just don't get it! It's Madden in 2007! The two perfectly meld together, what more could you possibly want?
I don't know, something better?
Hey guys, look what I brought!
Holy shit, is that Madden 09?
Ah!
Get that shit out of here. No Madden 09. Only Madden 08.
Jesus, Boomer! What did I tell you about the Madden 09 shit? We lose so many clients to that.
What do you think he's doing?
I don't know, might just be Target.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Do you need any help?
Where's the Madden aisle?
4 places that way and hook or right.
Thanks. It's nice to see a Target employee that knows what they're doing.
Oh, no, I don't work here. I just love
You
helping
love
people.
baby bears? That's what I gathered out of those 3 emojis.
God, I love vegan bread.
Heard you live with vegan coffee too.
It's so vegan. God, not again.
I locked it.
Christmas is ruined.
Should we check the trash bag?
Not. That would just be rude.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, looks like I was diagnosed with stealing every copy of Madden 18 from Target out of spite-itis because I just stole every copy of Madden 18 from Target out of spite. People need to realize there's only one Madden that matters. There's enough Madden in this world, but not enough 08.
Hey everybody, this is a pre-recorded news segment from August 2016. I'm just going to take a wild shot in the dark and say that all copies of Madden 18 are stolen from Target. Holy shit, I called it!
Hey, we've gone viral.
That's one of my
First, I doubt
favorite
they'll ever
jokes
find the stolen
in this
loot. The
episode.
last place anybody ever checks is the white
You
trash
do love
bag in
baby
the
bears.
fridge
I
at a vegan
called it.
anonymous gathering. By the way, those guys. Let's play some more Madden 08.
911, what's your emergency? Yeah, I'll call you back later.
Every single copy of Madden 18 is gone from Target. I think we need to get you-know-who on the case.
Think it's worth this time?
Every single copy of Madden 18 is gone.
We got a mission for you. I'm on it.
I know who that is. Oh, and
Officer Wolf. Steel Wolf.
Gotta tackle the original Xbox version next. Huh. I should have put a notice on the box before I bought this console. Anyways, that means it's time to crank out the original Xbox for this bad boy. And man, this is Madden 08, kind of like most Maddens on the console. Let's move abruptly over to the PlayStation 2 version, which is Madden, alright. PlayStation 3, it's Madden, 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 Madden. What have I become? Turning to WebMD, it turns out I'm diagnosed with most peopleitis, which means I'm numb to Madden 08's effects. It's just a phase, however, don't worry. I'll be able to understand the differences between each version of Madden 08 and what makes it better than all Maddens in no time. But to aid me in my recovery, I've always feared this would happen, so I have my just-in-case Madden 08 loses its edge emergency bag on standby. This bag's scientifically proven to show me how well I had it off with Madden 08 being my only Madden of choice.
Ew. This is just hilarious.
Is that Magnum 9?
I don't know, man. I just feel overwhelmed with... I can't really understand why. Looks like I got a postcard.
Yay.
I'm gonna brush my teeth if you don't mind.
Hey y'all, 911 here. We're just calling house to house and seeing if you personally stole all the copies of Madden 18 from Target.
Listen, man, I don't have time for this. I'm brushing my teeth because of...
Based on past experiences, that doesn't sound like you're brushing with toothpaste. Sounds like you're brushing with Raid.
Not again.
This is cool too.
You have dishonored my legacy.
Well, when you put it that way... Well, that was f***ing terrifying. Not that I would expect anything less from a raid buzz. But nothing's more terrifying than the post-raid buzz.
Hey, check this out. The Madden-o-meter's off the charts at the VAG, and the 18-o-meter's not too far off.
That might be where the stash is. Is Officer Wall on his way there?
Knowing him, he should be close. Oh, shit. He's just been driving around in circles for the last half an hour.
Let's just go there ourselves.
Get on the ground, you scumbag piece of shit!
Nope. No sign of Madden 18 here. Wait.
Bad words. Bad language.
Check the fridge.
Why? Why did you do it?
That is embarrassingly vague.
Stealing Madden 18 and blaming out a bunch of vegans.
Oh, that. Well, you see, they didn't like the right version of Madden, and I'm not really fond of the new version of Madden, so killing two birds. No stone involved, though. That's just too messy. Who even are you?
I am Luis Castillo, the cover athlete of the Spanish version of Madden 08.
Dang it,
You
mistimed
feel
it.
overwhelmed with guilt for your actions. You have stolen various copies of our franchise's newborn and have blamed it on the innocent.
I don't feel guilty. I did the world a favor by ridding it of all 18s, and those pesky vegans deserve to take the blame if all they like is Madden 09 and can't see why Madden 08 is the best one.
America can finally rest easy knowing the Madden 18 bandits have finally been caught. 200 copies of Madden 18 have been found in a white trash bag in the fridge of the 3rd annual Vegans Anonymous gathering. The following footage has just surfaced.
What was that? Pigs equal bacon. Okay.
I'm gonna go outside for a bit.
Want a bite?
No thanks.
As he
What
says
got
with
you
a
down?
Burger King
Madden
cup.
08 shit.
Oh, I've been there.
I mean, it's so
You're
hard,
from a
man.
Wendy's
I know it's the
employee?
best. Why doesn't anybody believe it?
Well, that's your belief, but I'm personally more of a Madden 13 guy myself.
No wait. Well, that's what the emoji
You
shows
can't
up as
expect
for
people
me
to
is
believe in
pigs
what you
equal
believe.
bacon.
What's the point of belief if there's only
It's
one
a
thing
pig
people can believe?
equal bacon.
I'm an asshole.
Lewis, I was wrong. I'm gonna make this right.
Where are you going?
Probably to jail for an undiscernible amount of time. See you later.
Self-proclaimed crook here, guys. Have at it. Didn't you hear? Madden 28 was just announced. The price of Madden 18 has dropped tenfold. Guess this means you can steal as many Madden 18s as you want. Thank you for your service.
Oh, you're joking. Okay.
This just in. Madden 28 has just been announced. Leave it to EA to make this the best Christmas yet. The Madden 18 bandits have now recently been transferred on the FBI's Most Wanted to the Who Gives a Piss section. If you see these people, please, at all costs, don't give a piss.
Eggs and bacon make you happy? Yeah. Eggs and
I'm
bacon will
sorry.
make me happy
I got
too.
carried away with the whole concept of Madden 08. It just means a lot to me. Listen, I mean, you guys like a different Madden. I'm going to have to learn how to respect that. I won't push my belief of a great Madden onto you if you won't push it onto me.
You kidnapped and framed us!
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
I'm not gonna go for
Yeah,
a nice
it'd be a
restraining
delicious
order about
breakfast.
Roger that. See you later. I wanted to give you guys this.
Thanks.
F that guy.
Well, we survived the 6 days of empathy, and I have a little something something that arrived at my doorstep. Oh, nice! Cool. It also came with a little invitation to something. Oh yeah, there is no way that could be misinterpreted.
Mr. Cheese is cool. Breakout, that's the name of it. Okay. The guy game is a good episode, but I'm going to skip it because it does not match my, it doesn't match my, the type of age appropriateness that goes on my channel, but, gonna go now, bye? Alright, well, thanks for tuning in, Gavin. It's been nice talking to you, especially earlier in the Crash stream as well. Oh, we should do the WiiWare Chronicles. That's a series of videos there for him. You can go and tune into that one. So this is just the first part.
Hey all, Scott here, and this is bad. Real bad. Hey, what's the matter? Are you afraid you're gonna get murdered? No, we can't be here. It's not safe. Things are different now. See,
Yeah.
it's really hard to do the whole living in peace thing these days. That's why I formed a team of ragtag good doers in this world of anarchy. I even came up with the team name too. We're f***ed. It all started on March 26, 2018, when the Wii Shop channel disabled the addition of Wii points. The entire shop's about to close down, and recently, the Publix went insane because of it. And being one of the few people with a Wii filled to the brim with WiiWare titles, I'm a bit of a hot ticket item these days, aka people want me dead. Things weren't like this a year ago. Man, it sure is great buying stuff on the Wii Shop channel. Hopefully the closure of the service doesn't lead to a post-apocalyptic hellscape. Consumerism never sounded this good. The Wii Shop channel was one of the
Wii Shop
greatest
channel's
features
theme
of the
whenever you're
Nintendo
actually in
Wii
the
its
shop is
prime.
pretty darn
It was
awesome.
simultaneously behind and ahead of the competition. It didn't have an account system, meaning everything you bought was locked to your console. But the competition simply didn't have the quantity and quality when it came to retro titles. Plus, they didn't have this. No matter how many times I booted up this channel, its music abruptly starting as loud as it does was definitely petrifying-inducing, but the tune was so slick, it automatically makes anybody want to spend, spend, spend. Speaking of currency, the Wii Shop channel used Wii points, also known as Virgin doubloons. 100 Wii points equaled $1 US. For some reason, game consoles this generation really had a thing for real fake currency. At least Nintendo's conversion rate made sense. The Xbox 360 used to use Microsoft points, and 800 points equaled $10, and let me tell you, I'm still trying to figure that one out. Downloading something was always a hoot. Other systems just gave you a lame progress bar. The Wii says, who likes Mario or Luigi running across the screen? And hey, sometimes you can spit fireballs by pressing A. Such a Nintendo thing to do.
Subscribe to Aqualator Jesse.
3 categories of downloadables here. Virtual console.
Is that what
Shop's
that
Pride
says?
and Joy. One of the best collections of retro games out there. Not only did you get
I got to
NES,
say,
SNES,
I
and
like that
N64
one.
games,
I like that
but Sega
one quite a
Master
bit.
System and Genesis, TurboGrafx 16, Neo Geo, Commodore 64, arcade games. If you wanted a crash course in gaming history, the
Yep,
Wii
yeah,
Virtual
I got
Console
it.
wasn't a bad place to start. Most of the games were in their original form, while some featured additions and tweaks. Pokemon Snap allowed you to save pictures to your system, Sonic and Knuckles allowed you to lock on to other Sonic games, and for some reason the Genesis version of Super Street Fighter 2 had online play added. No other version of Street Fighter 2 on the Wii Shop had this, and of all versions to add it to, well, this was a surprise to put it lightly.
I wouldn't call
doesn't
myself
work these
smart,
days. Nice
but,
ruined. Wii channels were also offered, being applications ranging from voting channels, Mii
Thank you for the
contests,
compliment, though.
Netflix, the works. But we'll be focusing on WiiWare, the term used to describe original downloadable titles made for the Wii. And let me tell you, some of these bad boys are definitely interesting. The beginning of the end of the Wii's Online commenced on June 28th, 2013, with the discontinuation
solving
of
them?
Wii Connect 24.
Sure.
The service enabling you to send messages to friends and whatnot. The Nintendo Wi-Fi connection for the Wii and DS ended on May 20th, 2014, meaning online multiplayer was shut down for games that used the service. But throughout it all, the Wii Shop channel stayed afloat until March 26th, 2018, when you can no longer add Wii points to your account. You can still buy stuff until January 30th, 2019, as long as you still have points, and you can still re-download titles. But after that, the service will be donezo. With that, I think it's a good time to start a journey. I have dozens upon dozens of WiiWare games downloaded, ready to go. So let's take a look at a hodgepodge of WiiWare games, starting with Dr. Mario Online RX, the long-awaited return of the classic puzzle series. Dr. Mario is pretty simple. Line up similarly colored pills with the viruses on the board. Eliminating a virus can make stacked pills fall, and if you eliminate viruses with those pills, you can rack up the points. It's such a simple, fun puzzle game, definitely something to zone out to completely and play for either a few minutes or a few hours. It can get wackily addicting and wackily difficult as well, so this
Dr.
is
Mario
what
is
hell looks
fun.
like. That's just the standard Dr. Mario gameplay. We also have another mode titled Virus Buster. It's a much slower paced version of Dr. Mario where you use your Wii remote pointer to drag the pills down. It's fine, but not as fun as pure Dr. Mario. The main selling point of this version at the time was the online play, which worked well back in the day. Now we have a few new versions of Dr. Mario like Dr. Luigi on Wii U and Dr. Mario Miracle Cure on the 3DS. These two are literally the same thing as Online RX and then some, so there's really no reason to go back to this one. Regardless, it's still Dr. Mario.
I think
and
I'm
still
just gonna
a solid
call
time.
this series of just me chilling watching
hell
this stuff
yeah.
just to be
Apparently we were launched
the
on
name
March
of
25th,
what I'm watching and
2008,
chill.
but that's just a
The series will
misconception.
probably be
Really, it
called like
launched with the
YouTube
release
and
of
chill or
fireplacing.
something.
I always felt that the Wii was lacking burning logs, and fireplacing did wonders to the burning logs market.
Where I
Well, that's
can,
about it for what I have to say.
chat
So on
with
to the next
people,
son of a bitch,
have
I
a
bought
chill
another
stream
one.
with
Cozy
some-
Fire. The fireplace genre
some
grows and
entertainment
grows.
from
This
YouTube
one adds a
playing.
dollop of interactivity. Like, wow, it's like I'm really regurgitating logs into a fireplace. We even have some extra places to watch a placed fire. This is getting too nuts for me. I better scram.
Is one killer among
Grill
us.
Off with Ultra Hand. It was only a matter of time until a game with this title came out. Grill Off was only available via Club
Or
Nintendo,
one imposter, one
Nintendo
killer
Old
among us.
Loyalty Rewards program. It was one of the cheapest rewards you could get, so if you never picked it up, congratulations! You don't understand the concept of good deal for a subpar game. It's based around the Ultra Hand, an old toy Nintendo used to make that was basically just a grabber device for kids, invented by the late great Gunpei Yokoi. Grill Off with Ultra Hand is
Nice.
a high-score-based
Yep, got
game
it.
where you grill off with Ultra Hand. Pulling
Thank
the
you
rear
very
motor
much.
nunchuck towards you and back out extends Ultra Hand. You
Did,
must
has
grab
anyone
meat
here
when it's
seen?
cooked to
Oh,
perfection and bring
if
it
not,
back
we
to a
need
plate without
to do
dropping it or letting it burn.
chill thing too.
And
Whenever we
that's
do
it.
a
It was a cute little reward
YouTube
for
and
Club
chill.
Nintendo members.
Oh, you have
but
a
as
question?
game on its own,
What's
the
that?
controls are kind of awkward, and there's really not much there. While we're on the subject of Club Nintendo rewards, Doc Lewis's
Well, it made me
Podcast,
choose my
definitely one of the
YouTuber name.
coolest exclusive games you could get through the
I
rewards program.
started off doing
Again,
a
there's not
ton
much
of
to it.
Pokemon
It's
stuff. I
doable
still
in
do
less than 20
Pokemon
minutes,
stuff.
but this was a free reward for
I
Platinum
love
members.
Pokemon. It was
Those
during
who
the
bought
prime
enough
of
Nintendo
Pokemon
products
on
in
YouTube.
2009. It's
And
comparable to Punch Out on Wii, where Little Mac trains with his
my
coach, Doc Lewis.
favorite
Like I said,
Pokemon
there's
is
not a ton
Trico.
here. Basically,
That's
it's
why he's
just
my
fighting
icon.
Doc, and it's not even
And
that
my
difficult.
favorite
Doc tells
of
you
the villain
exactly what
teams
you
from
need to do to
Pokemon
beat
has
it.
always been
As a
Team
game,
Aqua.
It's nothing special. As a
Because
Punch-Out
I
fan,
really like
it's
water
a
types
really
in Pokemon.
awesome
It's my
little
favorite
time.
typing.
I love Doc, so it's
And
great to be able to fight him, and even when you knock him out, you
Team
can
Aqua. I
feel
just
the
always really
connection
like the
me and Little
design
Mac
of all the
have.
characters.
Also,
Team Plasma has probably a technically better reasoning, but
Yes, a WiiWare staple.
Team
Sexy
Aqua
poker is a competent
had like the
replacement for any
perfect
form of
personality and
intercourse,
whatnot.
a
I just
game
really
for
like
the
Team
rest of
Aqua.
us. Checking out the gallery, we
With
can
character
see some
designs and
slick pics of
whatnot,
the
and
girls we're about to play
also
poker
being able to
against.
use
The
my
game also
Trico
lets
against
out
them
a
is helpful.
if
So
you don't do anything
yeah, it's
for
like
a
from
certain
Team
amount of
Aqua.
time, making sure you're not just staring at the screen absolutely
That's basically where
dumbfounded,
my
you're potentially going to see a sexy
where my
poker.
name came
Here
from.
we're introduced to Sakura, everybody's favorite nurse. I wonder why.
But I didn't want it to be something so Pokemon-like that people would hear it and immediately assume it was
You can see here
Pokemon.
she's in
But
prime
like it's
poker
still a
playing
nod to
position.
Pokemon
I
for
start
people
pummeling
that get
through a
it.
poker game with her, and bada bing, bada boom, we get the goods.
Looks like I have to
Yeah, it used to have a space between each word, but I like it more when it's just one word with capital A, L, and J.
Yeah! If we win the whole game, a JIP is triggered. What is this? How is this M-rated? This is E10 plus at the worst. I'd say this is a great poker game. If you don't like the sexy, thankfully the girls are in the dead center of the screen. Easy blockage can ensue. 5 arcade gems, and my 2 favorite things, ARCs and AIDS. There's only one true thing about that title, and it's 5. They called them arcade gems just to get away with the lame length, like there's nothing to these games. They're just high score based mini games. The only game that would even be close to being considered an arcade game would be this shooter, but even then, this one is just boring
Yeah, it's like I had a decent name. I like the name. I've been sticking with it for quite a while.
My ears have been dying to hear that.
And I've been
Every
using it
minigame
on everything.
compilation needs
It's
to have a
what I
bit
use
of
on my
lumberjack
Nintendo,
in
my
it.
Switch,
Thankfully, we
my
have this
Nintendo
gnome
Switch,
thing acting
my
like he's talk of the town and
Wii
telling
U,
everybody
my
to throw
Xbox,
axes
my
in his
PS4.
direction. Pizza delivery squandered by natives.
my
Night
Google
This
Play
RC car minigame froze after
games
one round.
account.
That's all I can say about that one. This is gross. And
Reddit,
you'd think it would only be
Discord.
about $5, which is still overpriced. No. It
For a
was
while,
$7.
I was doing it on
Huh.
Instagram till that account got hacked.
WarioWare DIY Showcase.
YouTuber name used to be
I love
Family
me some
Adventure.
WarioWare and DIY Showcase, while it's more so a complimentary title, can still be fully enjoyed as a
Nice.
WarioWare.
I gotta say, I
WarioWare
think
DIY
Mr.
was
Cheese is a
released
pretty
for
good
Nintendo
name.
DS, and its
Yeah,
main
Mr.
hook
Cheese
was
is
the fact
funny.
that you
Yeah,
can
it's a
make your
pretty
own
funny
micro
name.
games. If you
That's
don't know,
definitely much
WarioWare
more
is
of
a
an
series
eye
based
grabber.
around 5-second micro games where you have to figure out how to succeed before the time runs
It gives
out.
off a
and then you
better
move on
hint
to the
of
next game.
comedy
It's
in its
fast-paced,
theming.
crazy fun, and I adore it for that. So the idea of making your own micro game was awesome to me back in the day. I can't really play it now because honestly it takes a while to relearn the game creation tools. It's nowhere near as simple as Super Mario Maker, but was simple enough for a 12-year-old Scott to figure it out. You could also make your own music and comics, but I really only cared about the
People
games.
laugh more.
Showcase
Yeah, that's
is a
pretty
way for
good.
Wii owners to play their DIY creations on the big
That's good.
screen. Thankfully, I transferred all my games from back in the day, and wow, what a resume builder. After connecting online, you can play microgames from people all over the land, but Nintendo Wi-Fi connection is dead. Yikes. Nintendo included some of their own microgame creations here, so you can still play this as a standard WarioWare game. These
My
microgames
name's
are
Mr.
much simpler
Cheese.
than other titles in the series, and rightfully so, since they were all made with DIY's game creator. They were also made to be played with the DS touchscreen, so the only thing you're going to be doing here is pointing at the screen and clicking A. It's an incredibly simple, yet fun time, but it was much cooler back when it was relevant and when the Wi-Fi connection was alive and well. My Aquarium 2, a virtual aquarium in a single Nintendo Wii. 2010 was crazy. In terms of my own aquarium, I'm a single rock kind of guy personally. I do have to say, the default carnival music that plays here really makes me feel like I'm actually staring at a real life fish. It's insane. Shaking the Wii remote simulates tapping the glass, and rather than discouraging the player from doing that, the fish give a solid shake back. Thankfully, all is saved as we can share our aquarium to friends. Damn it! Excite Bike World Rally, a triumphant revival of the Excite Bike series developed by Monster Games, who made Excite Truck and Excite Bots. This is the first entry in the Excite series they developed that went back to the roots of the franchise and proves that Excite Bike can work really well in the modern era. If you played Excite Bike on the NES, Road Rally is basically the same, but obviously with an upgrade to the graphics and sound department, more to do, and online play originally. You have to perform
tunes
jumps,
among
avoid
this
other
animation. It
riders,
has
make sure
you
you
in
don't
it.
overheat, and make it to the finish
Cool.
line, all while making great time. It's a fun game, and while the production
what I was
values on
gonna
the
say
game are
earlier,
far from high, it's passable.
there's
This is
a-
Excite Bike.
I don't know if anyone here has seen the Among Us fan film. I watched it earlier.
You can actually save them.
It's
I
like
quite enjoyed World Rally.
12
Wouldn't mind
minutes
seeing
long or
another
something.
Excite Bike game like this.
That's pretty good. Pretty
The
cool.
moment everybody's been waiting for, my coverage of Let's Create Pottery, the only pottery-based game with an email inbox and an auction mechanic and a heartfelt message from the developers. For what it is, a pottery creation simulator, it does the job. You have loads of options to unlock, and you can make a wide array of pottery. Here I made an ashtray, and here I made a Chinese finger trap.
Enjoy your massage. Yep, you read that right. It's not a title, it's a command. As we can see here, I'm the protagonist, Nipple, and this game has already given me the heebs-jeebs. The selections won't stop growing, and Christ Jesus, the people won't stop growing either. As you could have easily predicted, Enjoy Your Massage is a hybrid between Simon and Tic-Tac-Toe. Repeat the beat on these markings, just begging for a WebMD search. Repeat it successfully enough times and bam, the client happily goes about their day via a static image that makes you triumphantly think, yup, I did that. Man, these clients. Nice back usage, guys. We have such a varied list of clients. For example, Ines has a backache and Alice's back hurts. After defeating any and all clients, you're tasked with the final boss, your boss, Gazelle. Your reward? You take over the business after only 45 minutes of playing. Well, that was a nice mishmash of WiiWord titles, but don't worry, we have loads more to cover soon, and doing so will allow the Wii Shop channel to end gracefully. Everybody will cherish their memories, and people will move on. Man, what I would give to be March 2018 Scott again. But hey, who knows, maybe things have cleared up in the past 12 minutes.
Okay, the Bible game is also a pretty darn good one. Next we'll go with a get rich quick after
Hey
that.
y'all, Scott here, and I just had the health inspector in.
Mr.
They've
Cheese.
expanded from small businesses to shows about stupid Nintendo
Say,
games.
Mr.
See
Cheese,
he had to
what?
say. Great place, gotta work on the religion
see.
ratio though.
You.
Shit, that was a priest.
Jesus Christ!
Senses?
Christianity's mascot and one of the world's most popular authors, writing the best-selling thriller Bible. And let me tell you, I'm still trying to find an autographed copy from him online. After reading the SparkNotes summary on it, I think I'm finally ready to take on the video game adaptation of the book, The Bible Game, the game you can only experience with a nice polo and khakis on. Religion-based games have existed before, like Bible Adventures, Super Noah's Ark 3D, the King James Bible on Game Boy, so on and so on, and I think it's safe to say they didn't follow the source material the greatest, being a bit of a disappointment for all the Bible fans out there. But this is the first to have the audacity to claim it's the Bible game. Like, wow,
Yeah.
God licenses brand to these guys. This has to be the real deal. The fine people at Crave Entertainment published this and need to be thanked for finally injecting wholesomeness in the family living room. Learn about the Bible while you have fun. 1,500 questions on the Old Testament. Music from the hottest Christian artists. My God, the marketing team at Crave obviously wanted every consumer who sees this game to say, holy shit! Looking at the Wikipedia article for this guy, we can see it's in the fabled video game genre Christian. That definitely clears things up. I was wondering what the Bible game was going to be all about.
Scene? You
Interactive
mean like-
fun for all
you mean like
ages.
from the-
Fantastic. I'm the most wholesome
the
person
animation?
I know. Oh, my cigarettes are done.
Old family recipe. But enough stalling. Let's not go to hell and play some Bible game. The main menu, and would you listen to this soundtrack? These must be the hottest Christian artists, just as I was promised. This sounds like wacky misunderstanding music, but they turned it into a theme song. I think that deserves to be commended. We have so many options to choose from, but to avoid incompetency, humiliation, and choice, I've decided to go the TV game show route. And would you look at the roster on this, diversity at its finest. We get to pick our fighter, and I'm gonna go with this guy who seems like he's too cool for God, but will slowly learn the error of his ways. And since video games are the ultimate way to fulfill your wildest
So
dreams,
I'm gonna make a
naming
list
myself
of
Dennis.
things I need to react to next time I do a stream, where we'll just do YouTube and chill, miscellaneous stuff as opposed to a specific video series in mind. So, what's
Welcome
the name
to
of it?
Do Unto Others, the Christian game show hosted by this
Like the
guy.
name
I
of the
completely expected
animation.
that hairstyle. The 4 participants are each given a chance to stop
We're gonna
this
go ahead and put
roulette
Among
thing,
Us
and whatever
fan
it lands
film
on,
on
you
here.
get those points if you win whatever it throws at you. This could be Testament trivia, which I rock at. I sex Bible verses to my closest friends I can take on. What the f is a Moses? Sometimes you're given these solo Christian exercises and have to do stuff like follow the light in the game of Simon, or press A for the angel and B for the banquet TV dinners, or sorting the first 10 amendments in order. But the stars of the show are the challenge games, where the Christian fan service is unstoppable. Flee Egypt and Red Sea, have a memorable rectal experience in Jonah's Whale, race horses and walls of Jericho, all while a kickin' soundtrack plays. It's not enough they got the guys behind the Bible for this game, but Christian
Played this
rock
game as a
stars
child,
too.
and I remember this was
Actual
my
real
favorite,
life, for realsies, not for
yeah,
funsies,
it's my
total
favorite
Christian
minigame.
rock music plays during these games. So not only can you kick the piss out of some false idols, but kick the piss to some groovy Jesus tracks.
Now this is how you get more people into church. I truly can't think of a better way to get more people into religion. Wait! I have to interrupt your little Bible game riff for a breaking installment of Scott's Big Idea.
Alright, loyalty rewards program for churches. We make an app. You get church points every time you go. The points can be exchanged for enlightenment. Grade A business idea. Watch out, Fortune 500. I'm coming for your shit. Take a leap of faith, trap some lions, eviscerate some snakes. This is like a stained glass window made out of code. But the name of the game is still do unto others, which means randomly you're gonna have to selflessly give something to your rivals, as the host puts it.
You kindly give control of the game screen to Red.
Even though you're being forced into doing it. As long as you keep winning, you can keep control of the board, but be forewarned, as the host has a bad feeling something is coming.
Red, be very afraid. I feel a wrath of God lurking.
Yep, randomly the Wrath of God lurks, and it lurks hard. It'll poke a hole in your
Just gonna
score
put
and
some
make
of my
it lead to
favorite
zero. It's
YouTube
bad, man.
videos
It's
on
a
here
risk
that I
versus
can just
reward
think of off the
mechanic.
top of
You
my
want
head.
to maximize your points and keep letting the roulette spin while you're risking having the Wrath of God lurk all over you. At the end of it all, we're presented with the Garden of Eden, where you're tasked with picking as many random fruits as you please. The more you pick, the more points you get, but watch it, as you may pick a snake by accident, and blam, 0 points. So this is what he felt like. Then the points are tallied up.
Red, you ended up in 4th place. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Look at it this way. Next time, you can only do better.
Unless you get 4th place again. The host limps over and starts talking to the winner about how he ate a pumpkin this big and credits roll. I think it's fair to say that the Bible game is a game made for your atheist Mario Party playing son. Maybe afterwards he'd piece it together and realize God is pretty tight. Considering the Bible sold so well, it's pretty crazy to see the Bible game only sold 50,000 copies on the original Xbox. If I were in charge, I would have slapped a From Producers of the Bible and Carbon Dioxide on the cover to increase interest.
Overall, I can't lie to you guys, that was incredibly mediocre. But I have to admit, that Garden of Eden mechanic was pretty deep. You see, it teaches people to succeed in life and to take chances while also not being overly greedy. That's incredible for a party game, and on second thought, I think the Bible game deserves a lot more praise than it's given. It's unprecedented, unheard of.
Unorthodox. Finally, they made a game for me, fan service for Christianity. Regardless of faith, you gotta admit this game right here is pretty sick. It's a crowd pleaser, it's a converter, it's a jack of all trades, it never fails. Forget enlightenment, this will never grow stale. Learn about the Bible while you have fun. All thanks to crave a good scripture, no biggie, or a commandment, I'm not picky. The Bible game, it does it all. It's a trivia game and a bathroom stall. Win a round, you'll feel all swell. Come in 4th place, we'll see you in hell. A game no other corresponds to Christianity and beyond. A sin or not, I'm not ashamed to give this game
2 out of 10.
Okay, and then we gotta do Get Rich Quick. This is a pretty funny one too.
Hey y'all, Scott here,
Yeah.
and consider yourself not Scott, because you could never be as desperate as I am right now. I was looking up houses for sale and decided it was time for my weekly ponder sesh about how I'll never own a house. Of course, my elbow was on the buy house key on the keyboard the whole time. I bought f***ing 20 of them! And before you ask, no, I can't return them. They were used and sold as is. I need to scrape together the dough for these houses ASAP and stat.
Hey, you!
That's me!
Are you strictly going by an anti-scam agenda? Same here. That's why I started Scammo, a club that is hell-bent on eliminating all scams. All you have to do to join is pay a monthly fee, and the best part about it is when you refer others to Scammo, we'll even pay you for it. It's totally cool, right? We stay up late, make money, hanging out, we make some more money. It's just like a real group of friends. You can clearly see here how Scammo works. Now, a lot of pro-scam folk out there would say, well, that just looks like a pyramid scheme. I mean, I'm no geometrist, but that's a triangle.
He's right.
So the club of your dreams is just a measly $200 a month away. Fight scams, get paid. It's a club for the rest of us. Here's a glowing testimonial of Scammo.
Well, I'm officially sold. I can make all the money I need to pay off those houses. All I need to do is spend like $200 a month on Scammo, and then I'm on my way to No Debt Island. Now, I've heard of a few phone apps out there that let you score cash for absolute free. Might as well try those out first. I see these apps that give you points for downloading other apps all the time. You can then convert the points, or nanas if you're feeling culturally competent, to gift cards of all kinds of shapes and sizes. You see, I can score some FIFA points or something for absolutely caking my phone in apps I delete right after downloading. I can convert the FIFA doubloons to dollars at the bank afterwards. This is free cash! I'll download the StubHub and I'll be 1,200 nanas closer to 100 FIFA doubloons, which would get me 100 FIFA doubloons closer to paying off one of my 20 mortgages. Son of a bitch, it didn't give me the points. I'll give HQ Trivia a try, an app that is apparently the live mobile game show where you answer questions to win cash. I'm absolutely unstoppable at trivia. I have Quizlet.com open on my laptop and I'm ready and willing for pretty much fuck. My thumbs are slippery with debt. I'll move on to fish for money. Oh, this is definitely fishing, there's no doubt about that. If I catch a puffer fish, I have to keep tapping to make them bigger, but I get bombarded with ads. I'll wait for my check in the mail. I'll give Money Crack a shot. You see, all you have to do to get paid online is to go to Google and search for free money, if only the homeless knew. If both images are equal, you win 50 bucks. Well, that's not worth trying twice. Forget all this work, I'm going the easy way out. I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. Now I know what you're thinking, a new business doesn't make a profit until 30 minutes before swimming, but an entrepreneur takes risks, and I'm willing to make my money the old-fashioned way with my own business idea. Vegas-style funerals. You know, you're in, you're out. All I need to do is write a check to get this all started. Let me check my checking account. Shit, all those checks I wrote myself bounced. I have $20 left. In the meantime, I can go on Tinder to try and swoon people over. They'll give me money out of sympathy if I play my cards right. I'll ask her how many dogs she could fight in a row. Whoa, 2 truths and a lie? I'm white, I'm nearsighted, and I eat fucking dogs. Enough with the dogs, Scott. Stupid. But it's alright, because I'm about to say something that no hormone-encrusted teen has ever said. Don't worry, it's just a phase. Well, while I wait for people to finally succumb to my bullshit, I can take out a loan and start
It's not a phase,
my
Dad.
business, which will help me fund my Skimmo membership, and that will help me pay off my 20 houses. One sec, let me check something. Alright, we're set. I called the president of Snickers and asked for a loan, and now I'm on some sort of blacklist. The milk chocolate industry fucking despises me now. So after I delete some connections on LinkedIn, I think I'm gonna try and nab some deals at retail for my business venture. I heard if you tickle the sales rep enough, you'll get a good deal. But I think I'm gonna try and throw all my eggs in this one basket. There is the legend of a get-rich-quick scheme so easy, it's almost not true. Hidden in the depths of your local Dave & Buster's, the machine known as Stacker has prizes of unbelievable value. All you have to do is stack the bars up to the very top. How could they be giving away such expensive prizes? Easy. They're strictly for entrepreneurs trying to fund a Scammo membership. I'm gonna use the rest of my checking account on a Stacker game. Alright, where do I fill out the
How did he
application to
miss it
become
on the
homeless?
second one? Okay, we gotta check out the second chapter of WiiWare Chronicles. We saw the first one. This is the second one. His videos, in my opinion, just get better as it keeps going. Everyone, please like the stream. I've got 4 likes right now and 4 viewers. So I don't know if it perfectly matches. I don't know if Gavin is one of them, and I know he's not here right now.
Hey y'all,
But,
Scott here, and yes, it's been about a full day since I last reminisced about the Wii Shop
I
channel.
think this is the most likes a stream like this has gotten, not counting Unis Honest. That stream was even further beyond
since I last
what
went
I
on a
expected.
WiiWare binge. Apparently you can't add Wii points anymore.
And I'm not going to count anything to that stream because that stream is way above what I expected any of my streams to ever do in my entire life. So,
Well, that hurt a lot more than I expected it to. One sec. Yep, expected to hear that. Anyways, let's take a look at some more WiiWare
yeah, that one
games
got
in
a
remembrance
ton.
of what
I
once
don't know
was.
these. I can actually go find the exact number.
Fluidity was a really unique title published by Nintendo. You control water and tilt the Wii remote to move around.
You have to keep enough water together to traverse the environment and solve puzzles. Ladies and gentlemen, meet your next Smash Brothers character.
Got
But honestly,
70
it's a
likes.
really unique game that deserves more attention.
And 2,546
It's pretty relaxing
views.
just controlling and listening to the flow of water.
crap
And to see
ton
your
of
water
views,
make
like
it to the
50
end of the
likes.
level to flood Buffalo, there's
And I
really
got
no other
30
feeling
subs,
like it.
yeah.
I also
It's-
hate to see any water
I got a
get
total of
left behind.
37
You really
subs
wanna
out
make
of
sure
it.
any
Got
and all
70
make
likes.
it with you to the very end.
And
I really hope this game makes a comeback in some
2,546
form. There was a
views.
sequel in the 3DS eShop, so who knows? Muscle March. Oh man, why wasn't this cursor in Mario Galaxy? It was
And I've
originally
never
an
had
arcade
anything
game
hit
that never
1,000
released,
before for
apparently,
any
so
views,
Namco
and I
decided
haven't
to
had
barf it
anything
onto
hit
WiiWare. You get to
100.
pick our character, and this is just physically improbable. Talk about unrealistic
And I don't know how long.
expectations. I'm part of a band of greased up muscle freaks
To
trying
just
to
suddenly
regain
have something
protein
hit
powder, and that's only the third time I've said that
2,546.
today. You have to pose with the Wii remote and nunchuck to make your way through obstacles. If the person you're chasing puts both their hands
Totally
up and goes through
blew
a
my-
wall,
blew
well,
me
you better
away,
put
blew
your
my
hands
mind.
up to ensure you will fit through that wall. And surprisingly, the controls work alright. But after a solid 10 minutes of playing this, I think I've gotten my Muscle March fill. After loads of peer pressure, I finally played it.
I do think a lot of
and I'm
people were
content
just
leaving it at
hoping
that.
for there to be Unisonic stuff still there after the channel was deleted, which we did for a while. We looked at some like fan-made content, like and
Pong
clips.
Toss, the only game to feature the copyright year as an
compilations.
integral part of the logo. It's a frat party game and has 2 modes to
But
play.
rest in
and
peace,
They got
Unisonic.
Vince Valenti to program this? It's a Wii version of beer pong. Now I'm definitely going to be critiquing this one hard. It better live up to
YouTubers
beer
get
pong's
$1 for
legacy. I
each
know
1,000
everything about the
views.
sport.
I don't know.
You just throw balls in the cups, but
I honestly
God,
do not
I am
know
no
how
good at this
many-
version.
how
And I'll
much
just blame
they
it on the controls.
do.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it was
Pong
fun.
Toss
Yeah, that
on
was.
WiiWare. I don't think the Pong Toss
I didn't
community is
expect
gonna
to get
crucify me.
any more than like
Oh,
5
I either
viewers
overshoot
at
it or
once.
don't shoot
But
enough.
yeah,
I'm
rest
not
in
a fan
peace,
of the controls
Unisonic.
here. I
That
can't
was
get a good grip on
something
how hard
truly
to throw.
special.
We also have Speed Pong, which is beer pong
That
with Mario
will
Kart items.
not be replicated. Some other people may attempt to do it, but it's just not going to be the same. Because, well, one, they're just doing it to capitalize on Unisonic. If that does happen.
Retro reboots became
But,
a thing back in the WiiWare era, bringing back an old-school franchise while purposely retaining old-school elements. Headlining this trend was Mega Man 9. The Mega Man series was in
Yeah,
a
it was
weird
honestly something
space.
really
the classic
unique and
series,
special.
as it's referred to now, was
And,
a bit dormant. The last release
I hope
was
it
Mega
never
Man
gets
Face on
forgotten.
the Game Boy Advance, which was a port of a
And you
Japan-only
saw a
Super
fake channel.
Famicom game from
And also
1998.
people are trying to like
Mega Man was
archive
far
them
from
and
dead. The
whatnot, or
series
try
was
to
staying alive with
capitalize on them.
sub-series
but
like Mega Man X, Battle Network,
I'll
Zero, all
continue
that
to look
jazz.
at like fan-made
But regular
stuff.
vanilla everyday Mega Man games were too
There's one that's just
to
called
see
Unis
Capcom not
Honest
only
with 2
revive
N's
the
and
main series
Unis.
with 9,
Mm.
but also use 8-bit graphics akin to Mega Man 1 through 6 was pretty crazy. It
I
made
continue
sense,
to watch
though.
like
I mean,
fan-made
that's how
stuff
most
like
people remember Mega
animations
Man.
and
But they didn't just go retro with
edits and
simply
whatnot. Those I'll still
Mega
look
Man
at, as
9
those are
is
still
basically
created
Mega
by
Man
the fan
2,
base, and those,
Games
even
after
as
2
Mark
started
said, are
introducing
still
things
fine.
Like Rush, the slide,
Also, you know, like
charge
fan
shot,
art and
all
whatnot.
that. 9
It's
throws
just
all these out the window and
re-uploads.
stays
I will
true to
not be
Mega Man
watching,
2.
'cause that's not
Even the
what's supposed to
menu
be out
themes
there.
are ripped right from the game over
That's
screen
the
from that
intent.
game. All you can do
That's
is
what I'm
hop and
sticking
shoot in
with.
terms of your bare moveset, which some people really didn't like about 9. It felt like a regression rather than moving the series forward. But to that I say, oh me, oh my, this game is great. If you can look past the simple moveset, Mega Man 9 has absolutely superb level design and music.
Oh, new
8 new
Unisonics.
Robot Masters to take on and powers
I didn't
to
even
copy,
really see the
one
word
being
new
the
at
first female
first.
Robot Master in the series. Ooh, la, la. It was primarily developed by Inti Crates, and these guys know how to make retro-style games. Like, look at this. This looks like it came straight out of an NES. They even included an option for sprite flickering, purposely throwing in imperfections into the game to keep it feeling old school. I don't know why, but I love that. There's tiny little things they did here
That is
and
pretty
there
cool.
that couldn't have been done back on 8-bit hardware, but it doesn't feel out of place at all in the game. Capcom released a sequel, Mega Man 10, which is again another retro-style Mega Man game. It was a really nice little
Let's see
throwback,
that.
but I'm happy to see Capcom pushing the
Let's
series
see that
forward with a
art,
new
you and
direction and
me.
style in Mega Man 11.
What about, or like, ooh.
My Little Baby, finally, a game with a fetus opener. The game shows off the stunning timeline of fetus to game in a matter of 4 photos. We get to pick everything about the dad and the mom with this baby. We're keeping things strictly European. Our nanny Pummel's in here to tell us to do things. Seriously, we hire the nanny, she's telling us how to take care of our baby. What a jip. In terms of the name, I decided to go with Vinegar. And here we are.
It's not vinegar, it's Vinegar. Probably confused,
Was
yeah.
that pregnancy really worth
Especially
it?
if they
I mean,
didn't know
sure,
what
I think we had a
Unisonic was.
Vegas-style birth. This thing took the length of 2 pictures to bake, but still. We can take pictures of Vinegar. I'm labeling this one Summer Fun. Now we have to clean up the room our baby's in, and this baby is an absolute
Zygar.
animal. I clean up his mess of dirt and grime, leave the room, come back, dirt and grime make a huge comeback. I decided it's time for everybody's favorite baby to take a nap, but no matter how fast I rock the cradle, he won't go to sleep, so we're gonna feed him instead. It's a good thing they included this feature. Without it, I would hate to see the review scores. After a solid feed sesh, it's time to change the baby's diaper, and don't you just love it when your shit can double as a sensor bar? I ran to the store to buy things for mine, and I got a Dr. Punch for the lack of realism. You can only buy 5 bibs of each color.
We'll be right back to the
And
video,
that's
still
my
gonna
little
keep
baby,
playing.
just a
I've seen this
relaxing
before,
game.
so
This surely is the life.
yeah, just have fun with this for a
my
quick,
baby's
like
dirty.
literally 10 seconds. I'll be gone.
Next game.
What's it supposed to do?
Star Soldier R, a triumphant return of the Star Soldier series.
What?
Yeah, I've never played a Star Soldier game before, and to be honest, I didn't even know this was a series. I thought this was just a retro-style WiiWare shooter. They were primarily on the TurboGrafx 16, so can you really blame me? Star Soldier R is an arcade shoot-'em-up with 3 modes to dig right into: 2-minute, 5-minute, and quick shot. Each is all about just getting the highest possible score that you can, and each go through the exact same song and dance.
I'm back.
Obviously,
I
if you
just
want to
went
see
to get a
everything
soda.
the game has to offer, 5-minute is your go-to mode here. If you want to just jump in and blast through the main game to try and have a high score, 2-minute mode is for you. And if you only have 10 seconds to spare and have an attention span that stopped paying attention when I started talking about fluidity, then quick shot.
Oh no, he
You
coming
can hold
back.
down the button to shoot repeatedly, or you can turn on the manual option, or as I like to call it, welcome to the hernia zone. I thought Star Soldier R was fun, but I'm basically done with it forever. I just don't really have a reason to go back to it, sadly. It just doesn't have enough meat on its bones. There's
You
only
guys
so
doing
many
something
times I can
sneaky
play
while
through,
I was
say,
gone?
5-minute mode over and over again. Still a decent game. I'd like to see this one come back on modern platforms one day. I couldn't afford Grand Theft Auto 5, so I bought Copter Crisis on WiiWare instead.
You didn't
I mean,
do
you can pilot
anything,
a
huh?
helicopter in both. It's
You're
like
acting kinda
substituting
sus,
fucking
bro.
Mentos with Fago and Altoids. You hold the Wii remote like a flight stick to pilot the helicopter, and the controls work pretty well, to be honest. The problem is the rest of the game is just tart. It's just boring. You have to pick up or drop off things, that's it. It's the same environment over and over again. Where even am I? The game had some potential to be fun if the environment you were
I
flying around in was
promise.
interesting, but we're just flying in Rocktown. At the end of the mission, I always go straight for the wall, but it never lets me crash, lame.
Reminds me of no science sus. Reminds me of when we were
Aha!
playing
I
Among
got
Us
it.
the other
A
night,
game
the night
called-
of the
Aha!
Unisonic
I
stream.
got it. The perfect
And
name for a
Sophie,
Your dad starts setting up a storm with you and says
Sophie
you're
was
growing
just like,
up.
"It
I'm
wasn't
so
me, I
cracked.
pinky
Out of what,
promise."
mortality coming sooner? For your birthday, your dad locks you in a room and
He
you have to find your way out, aka your dad is
electrical.
shit.
Wait, why is the kid wishing himself good luck?
It's a point-and-click game. Find clues to help you escape. That's literally it, but at least they made it interesting by focusing on child abuse.
Alright, I'm going cyan. Believe you.
Max and the Magic Marker. Now, this is the free demo version, as it was the only way I played this game back in the day. I played this demo quite a few times, but never bought the full game, unfortunately. The game focuses on Max, who draws this eggplant monster, and you have to try and stop it. It's a pretty basic platformer where you can draw things to interact with the environment, whether that be creating platforms, steps, shields, weights, the works.
Yeah, it was
If it weren't for the
hilarious.
Magic Marker, this game wouldn't be anything to shake a stick at, but because of it, I've always had a soft spot for this game. The demo, that is. Like I've said, I never fully bought it. The main problem I do have with it, though, is that drawing with the Wii pointer has always been really awkward for me. Thankfully, the game is available on PC and DS, which makes the drawing mechanic much more natural. The game received a sequel recently.
Cyan
Max and
was
the
an
Curse of the
imposter.
Brotherhood.
Yay!
This is the same series? Holy sh! We're in for something, alright. Hockey All-Star Shootout. And this, my friends, is what we call intuitive controls. Move the cursor with the stick, shoot with the Wii remote. Seems easy enough, damn it. This is the game.
You move the
Time to
cursor
shoot
with
hockey
the
puck into the
stick?
goal. Yeah, I've already noticed quite
I
a
don't
trend
remember
with
that
WiiWare
part.
games being cheap cash
Why would you
grabs
use a
with
Wii
little to no
remote to
substance.
aim with
Many
the
of these
stick?
things are literally just high-score games.
Hopefully
And
he
there's
doesn't
nothing
know
wrong with
I'm the
high-score-based games,
imposter.
but you gotta have substance. There's a secondary mode where we have to knock over the
Yeah,
skies
I
and
hope
through
I
the
don't
keyboard
realize that
buttons.
either. Oh no, I got stabby,
I mean,
stab,
were you
stabbed.
really
Oh no,
expecting a
how could
downloadable
you?
Wii game
I
service
had no
without
clue.
Tetris?
Oh,
Tetris Party
oh.
is a really decent version of the classic game. You have standard Tetris, kind of hard to mess that up, but we have this added benefit of our Mii cheering us on. Here I just have a default one in the background, but man, look at him go.
We also have a ton of really cool modes which offer unique takes on the Tetris formula. Shadow has us filling in pictures with Tetris pieces, Field Climber has us building steps for a little guy to climb up to the very top, Stage Racer challenges you to fit your Tetris piece through a maze in the quickest amount of time possible, and the Wii Balance Board mode challenges us to maintain sanity. Overall, Tetris Party is a great version of the classic puzzle game. Sure, the presentation is a bit bland, but it's still quite a lot of fun. There was an expanded retail version of this as well, entitled Tetris Party Deluxe. Back when you had the choice between the two versions, Deluxe was 2 times the price at $30. The standard Tetris Party offered more than enough to satiate that Tetris craving we all have from time to time. It was definitely a must-have on WiiWare. Fast Draw Showdown. Somebody in the world's childhood is right in front of us, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't know this before downloading, but this was an old arcade game in the same vein as Mad Dog McCree. Live action footage that you shoot total guns at. The feature is here, and it is incredibly underwhelming. The game's displayed in iPhone portrait mode, and we're greeted to Wes Flowers.
My name's Wes Flowers. I'm one of the world's fastest quick draw.
Damn! Since we're dealing with flicking the weird mode up quickly to shoot, better put on the protective jacket. Yeah, I'm a bitch. We meet a lot of colorful characters we have to slaughter, like Crazy Curly.
Put it back in the holster.
God, who knew Wes Flowers was such a square? Alright, and we've seen the entirety of the game. It's just Quick Draw with Wes Flowers. It sells itself. Alright, and that should hold me over for a while, but we still have loads more WiiWare games to look at. Definitely a solid way to pass the time before the shop channel gracefully and peacefully comes to an end.
Was I f***ing mad? Well, at least we're in the post-apocalypse now, and it can't get any worse than post-apocalyptic.
Okay. I said next we do game compilations compilation. That's a classic.
Hey y'all, Scott here.
Mr. Cheese watching Jesse reacting while chatting for an hour.
It's almost that time again. Summer's almost here.
Pretty
you know
much.
what
That's
that means.
sort of what the and chill part is.
Yeah,
referring
I have
to
chocolate and marshmallows.
just
I don't have
chilling,
graham
talking to
crackers,
people.
though. I'll have to do with the
while we're
saltine
all
crackers I
enjoying
have in
some
the
good
cupboard.
content.
But it's amazing when you think about s'mores. It's 3 different things combined into one big thing.
Game compilation. Such a comforting region of titles on a console. You're probably bound not to give 2 flicks about 70% of the games included, but my god, you get multiple games for one low, low price. Even as somebody who loves collecting the original releases of games,
Like
there's
chatting with
something
you,
about
like chatting with
compilation
you too.
discs that are just so
I love chatting
compelling.
with
Owning
people
a
during
multitude of
the live
classics on
streams.
one
It makes
single
it all
disc on more
way more
modern
fun.
hardware. So why not casually take a look at just a few I own? I think they're just interesting to look at to
You
see how
begin
the
to
games
question why
included
you're
are
live
presented.
streaming if there's
and
nobody there
by the way,
in
let
the
me
chat.
just jam in your skull. This isn't a
At that point, it may
comprehensive
as well
list
just
of
be a
all
video.
game compilations or anything. Like I said, I just want to talk about a handful of the ones I own. But I have many more game compilations than just these, so who knows, maybe we can revisit this topic in the future. But for now, Sonic Mega Collection. This was my childhood right here. I received my cousin's hand-me-down Sega Genesis with Sonic 1
I had
and
Mega
later got
Collection
Sonic
Plus.
2. One day while perusing Toys R Us,
On
I
the
decided to
PS2.
pick up this game on GameCube. This was many kids' first experience with Sonic, and what an introduction. This collection mainly focuses on the Genesis titles in the series. 1, 2, 3, Knuckles, 3D Blast, Spinball, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. It's all here.
Mr.
With some
Egg or
bonus
Mr.
unlockables
Cheese?
thrown in there as well, like Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
I don't know, we'll have
Knuckles
to
and
have that
Sonic 2,
deathmatch to
etc.
find out.
Emulation seems to be pretty spot on here. If you play these versions,
Wait,
you're
what
playing
about
these games
Mr.
pretty
Nut?
much the way
I
they
thought it was
always
Mr.
were.
Wasn't it Mr.
They run
Nut?
absolutely fine and give you the
Mr.
full
Nut versus
experience in
Mr.
my opinion.
Cheese?
But what this compilation does so right is the
They
presentation
had the death
and
match
the
planned out
extras.
for?
The menus and music that accompany them
I forget
are
if it was
amazing.
you or
They have
Mr.
this
Nut that
sense
was
of
actually.
nostalgia
Was it
and
Mr.
just
Nut
pure
that was actually
emotion
there
to
while
it.
we were talking
The loading
about that?
screens are these stars like you're blasting to the past. It's great.
Talking about a,
Extras-wise, we
a
get
death
all the
match
game's
between you
original
and Mr.
manuals,
Nut.
a bunch of Sonic comics, concept art, promotional art, and a few videos. Sonic CD's intro and outro are included, even though Sonic CD isn't playable on this collection. It was originally going to be, but was scrapped. This History of Sonic video was a fun retrospective on the character's journey from point A to B to Jesus Christ to this point in time, which was Mega Collection's release in 2002. This was such a well-made and
You already
just
stabbed
good
him?
collection,
Okay.
and still is in my opinion. The game was only available on the GameCube until a few years later when an expanded version was released on PlayStation 2 and Xbox, with a Windows port coming later. Sonic Mega Collection Plus. It's just Mega Collection on the other consoles, but they changed up a few things. The menus are completely different. They have more of an archival feel to them, like they're flashing elements of Sonic's past and development in the background. The same games are all here, but with a few bonus ones, namely Sonic titles on the Game Gear, also Comic Zone and the Ooze are unlockables for no discernible reason. The extras are here as well, but all the original videos were scrapped in favor of sneak peeks at Sonic Heroes. We see stuff like the opening movie in production, where some scenes have barely even been completed. That's cool, but for a collection like this, I prefer the videos from the GameCube version. They have this sense of history. These just feel like bonuses. You can't really go wrong with either version of Mega Collection, but I'll always have a soft spot for the GameCube one. I grew up with this little guy. Super Mario All-Stars was a compilation of 4 16-bit remakes of all the 8-bit Mario games. Mario 1, 2, 3, and the Lost Levels. The first time the original version of Mario 2 was playable outside of Japan. These are excellent versions of the games, but the changes in All-Stars can be a bit jarring. Mario 1's physics are very different from the original, so it takes some getting used to. At least for me personally. But hey, you can save in all the games now, and they all look and sound great. Now this was released on the Super Nintendo. A version of Super Mario All-Stars was released on the Wii, so let's take a look at that one. Yeah, this is lame. For Super Mario Bros. 25th anniversary, Nintendo released Super Mario All-Stars on a Wii disc.
Sucks.
Literally, nothing was changed.
They
didn't even bother to change the Super Nintendo controller graphic in the game to a Wii remote. Plus, Super Mario All-Stars was re-released later in the Super Nintendo's life with Super Mario World included. Why didn't they use this version? That would have been nice. What the Super Nintendo version doesn't have, though, is the commemorative packaging the Wii version comes with. For $30, you got Super Mario All-Stars on a Wii disc, an art book, and a soundtrack CD. The goodies are included in a separate DVD case, and they're both nice inclusions, but don't go all the way. The art book scratches the surface of what I want to see. It shows off all this cool concept art and these history tidbits, but they don't show enough of it. This is just the size of a standard video game manual. It's just not enough to satisfy me. The soundtrack is even worse. It only includes one track from each main Mario game, and then the last half of the CD is just 1-second sound effects. It has elements of cool in it, but Mario All-Stars on Wii is just a disappointment. Even worse is that this was a high-ticket item a few years ago, going for around $70 or so.
We go
Recently, Nintendo re-released it under the Nintendo
she's got more
Select
space
line,
in
and
her
I
car.
found this tattered up copy
I drive a
for
Yaris.
The outer box is
very
in pretty lame
compact,
shape,
not
but
a
the
whole lot of
contents
space
inside
in
look
there.
pretty sharp. But leave it to Nintendo to oust themselves. 2 years after the pitiful showing for Mario's 25th anniversary, Nintendo celebrated Kirby's 20th with Kirby's Dream Collection on the Wii, the last Nintendo published game on the system. This is how you do a collection. We have 6 Kirby games: Kirby's Dream Land, Adventure, Dreamland 2, Superstar, Dreamland 3, and 64. Each game has been programmed to work with just the Wii remote on its side, which is nice. But this collection does what all good collections do, which is just shower us in extras. We get new challenge stages which are continuations of what we saw in Kirby's Return to Dreamland, which is really cool. And we have a history section. Displayed is a really nice timeline, not only showing the history of Kirby, but showcasing other random world events. It's now official that Barack Obama is a part of the Kirby canon. We can also select Kirby games and ogle the box arts in 3D, see videos of all Kirby games, even the ones
the idea of
playable in this
Obama being
collection.
canon and
There's also a few episodes
Kirby
of the
just
Kirby Right Back At You
makes me
TV
feel
show.
glad.
Outside the game, we get a history booklet and a soundtrack CD, and this right here,
I've got a bunch of
is how you not only
series.
celebrate
Let
an
me make a separate
anniversary,
list
but
just
also
for
make
that.
a great collection. Now, if you're in the market to play some stellar Atari games, what's wrong with you? I mean, Atari games still have their charm, and in my opinion, the main way to play them these days is by using compilations like what we're about to look at. Yeah, many purists will say the only way to truly appreciate Atari is to hook up an Atari 2600 to an old TV and play a game with the static, the noise, the bad picture. It's a part of the experience. Playing them in crystal clear definition kind of devalues the experience. It showcases just how totally bogus the games can be. Like, what is this? But come on, it's getting increasingly harder to nab a working 2600 and a working old-school TV.
Make a
Most
song
people have to
about me?
experience this age of gaming through collections like the Atari Anthology. I really quite like this collection. It does have a
You
few
make
control
music?
issues. For one, the menus can only be traversed with the D-pad, and games that use the paddle controls for precise movement are a bit jumpy using the Xbox controller. But other than that, this is an excellent Atari crash course. You get a little bit of everything. You get the classics, and you get the Atari-flavored menopause, but that's a part of the Atari experience. You have to include some lame things in there. But the fact that we have Breakout, Centipede, Pong, Adventure, I mean, the mainstay Atari-made games are all here and accounted for. We also have a wide array of bonuses, specifically some really interesting scans and photos of behind-the-scenes and historic material like promotional products, arcade flyers, all that stuff. Included as well are these interviews with Atari founder Nolan Bushnell. It's definitely a must-have if you're interested in Atari. But this is only one half of the story. Activision was a major player on the Atari 2600. They were the first third-party publisher, being formed by ex-Atari employees who wanted more credit for the games they made. A key example would be Pitfall. It's often labeled as David Crane's Pitfall. Activision made some of the most iconic and popular games on the 2600, so it's only fitting that they themselves came out with a collection of their classics, the Activision anthology. The presentation is a lot cooler here, bringing us back to the horrors of the early 80s. Included are some all-time greats like Pitfall and Kaboom, but in my opinion, the list of games here isn't as compelling as Atari's offerings. The menu system also isn't as intuitive. It's really style over substance. Part of me likes the aesthetic of a room from the 80s, and the other part of me wishes it was just a simple menu like the Atari one. We have 80s tunes blasting in the background while we can look through the tape deck of games and examine stuff like the boxes, cartridge, and manual, but this is the extent of the extras. We don't get the sheer abundance of bonus material the Atari Anthology got. Overall, both collections are pretty good. I personally prefer the Atari Anthology though. The most prevalent game compilation series out there. 40 years after Oxygen stopped circulating, there will still be a new Namco museum coming out. Namco created some of my personal favorite arcade games, so it's always nice to have a good chunk of them in one package. Here's a pretty vanilla release Namco museum on the Xbox. Now this is my collection of games. We pretty much have my mainstay Namco games here. The tried and true Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, Galaga, Dig Dug, Pole Position 1 and 2.
I don't know anymore.
Who likes Galaxium? Also included are arrangement versions of Pac-Man, Galaga, and Dig Dug, which are updated
tell you the last time I ate any relish. I'm not really.
I personally have a ton of nostalgia for Pac-Man arrangement. I played loads of this on the Pac-Man collection.
I only ever really eat pickles on my Jimmy John's or Subway sandwiches.
It's much faster and smoother.
That's the only time I eat pickles.
But a really good version of Pac-Man. You can unlock Pac Attack and Pac-Mania after obtaining high scores in the games.
Pickles aren't bad or anything.
And that's
I
it
just
for this
don't.
release.
There's
Nothing
nothing else I
just
really
the bare minimum. You
to
get a
have them
handful
on
of Namco
outside
games,
of
have
that.
at it. A bit disappointing. For a game called Namco Museum, I kind of wanted a bit more history, a bit more bonus material. Actually, any bonus material. Other older Namco museums had this, so why not this one? Well, only a few years later, Namco struck back with Namco Museum 50th Anniversary.
Kind of think of other
it's
series
basically a
I
much,
would like to,
much better version of the
like
last
series
one
of
we
videos
looked
I'd
at.
like to
The presentation
react
has
to
just been
or chill with.
completely buttered up. Everything looks way cooler, but still no bonus material. At least we have Mappy and Rally X included now, thank God. The only thing we can do outside of play the games is check the controls. For example, let's check Pac-Man's controls. Moving on to the most recent release, Namco Museum on Nintendo Switch, and holy shit, Pac-Man's an actual circle. Yeah, this is probably the best these games have ever looked, and the closest we've gotten to them being perfect transitions from arcade to console. We have so many options here.
Sort of failed at that there, just because my
game
muscles
selection's a little
I'm not
weird.
good
We have
at
three mainstays, Pac-Man, Galaga, and Dig
tapping
Dug,
such
and the rest
lightly.
are a bit on the more obscure
Tapping
side
so
of
lightly
Namco's history.
that quickly.
Still fine game, but we don't
So I
have
kinda messed
Mappy or
up a
Rally
bit.
X or specifically Miss Pac-Man. I think there's some legal mojo going on with that, since recently Namco's been playing
I can honestly tell you, nobody's ever told me I smell like relish.
Basically, if you didn't know, Miss
So that's a
Pac-Man was
first.
originally developed as a ROM hack,
I believe
fundamentally
Jessica
originally
Pokemon
named Crazy
Chico.
Auto,
He
made
loves
by
Aqua
two
Teen
college
and-
kids.
and
Instead of suing them,
he's
Midway,
a
the
new
original
lead
distributor of
sub to him
Pac-Man,
if you
made
have
a deal
brain
with them and
cells.
they released the game as Miss Pac-Man. I guess they just don't want to
I
touch
actually
the game
had,
nowadays just to be safe, which is unfortunate.
my
Now, if we
channel
want to
description
completely
for a
avoid the
while
Sonic
said-
part of Sega, we can
said,
go for
"Hi,
some
I'm
pure
Jesse, and I'm the
Sega
new leader of Team
compilations
Aqua."
Like Sonic's
No,
Ultimate
but I
Damn.
could be.
Sonic's Ultimate
That was
Genesis
my
collection
thing
for
back when I
Xbox 360
first
and
came up with that
PS3
name.
is phenomenal.
And I realized
Almost
how
50 games, including some unlockable
cringy
Master
that
System and
is,
arcade
but
games. This is a
that's
great
actually
way
kind
to
of a
experience a lot
weird,
of what made the Genesis library
I
so
mentioned-
distinct. So much variety.
my old
and so
description
many
used to
solid
say,
games. I mean, we have
on my old
freaking
about page
Wi-Star,
used to
Vector
say,
Man, Comic
I'm the
Zone,
new
and
leader
more
of Team
this.
Aqua. Now
Extras
you're also
galore,
talking
and
about me
games
being the
look
new
pretty
leader.
good. However, they
So
don't seem as
that's,
sharp as I'd like
ironic.
them to be. There's something about them that looks a little too soft. I don't know. You also can't turn off the border on the games, which is annoying. They don't give you the choice to just have black bars.
I
never
am
found the
now.
borders
Yeah,
to be
I guess it's
that
not new
distracting
if
or
it's been
anything,
6 years,
but
right?
would have liked the option. Like, imagine if there was a small blue border on everything you played.
Also, another thing for the name
Definitely
was,
riot-inducing. Now, Sega often
leader.
pushes the Genesis in terms of their game compilations.
It was right in the hype of
Dreamcast. Well,
Omega
want to
Ruby
know
and
more,
Alpha
because
Sapphire
here's
on
the
the
Dreamcast
DS
collection
or
for Xbox
3DS, the
360,
remakes
and it
of,
deserves a solid UGG.
this
is just a
Ruby
hastily
and
slapped
Sapphire.
together collection of 4 Dreamcast games.
Particularly
Basically, they
Alpha
took the HD
Sapphire
ports
being
of
the one
these
that
games
features
were
Team
available on
Aqua.
Xbox Live Arcade and
So
put them
there's
all
that.
on a disc. That's it. Just look at this menu. It just reeks of we didn't care. I mean, we have some really good games on this disc, but it lacks the love and attention that other Sega collections received, like the Sega Classics collection. A bit of an odd one to single out because I'm a bit mixed on this one, but you can't say they didn't put effort into this. This is a collection of classic Sega games remade in 3D. They're by and large the same games they
Yeah.
always were, just presented in a modern way, or modern for PS2 standards. You see, I'm mixed because I personally think this makes
You, what
games like
Pokemon
Golden
do I
Axe
choose?
way lamer. Golden Axe already hasn't aged the best. You put it in 3D and it just kind of highlights how how poorly its mechanics
I'm
have
gonna
held
go
up.
with
You get a better experience playing the original. It just feels better that way. There are other games like Columns, which is fine in this collection. They updated its visuals.
Ditto,
I think,
Arceus.
but it's still Columns, and it holds up.
Are we
fine.
doing just
Yeah,
one
what is it?
Pokemon, or are you
Oh,
like a whole
Jesus,
team?
Sega, just call it Virtua Racing. Go lay down. The Sega Classics collection is a really interesting release, but personally, I'd rather play the originals in most cases. SNK, the Nintendo Switch's #1 supporter. They're no doubt best known for their Neo Geo
hang on,
hardware.
I'm
Keyword
totally
being no.
blanking on something.
Not a ton
I
of
wanna
people
check
got to
something.
experience the Neo Geo, so thankfully we have a few compilations. SNK Arcade Classics, Volume 1. Of 1. Yeah, the series never went past Volume 1.
Oh, that's
Unfortunately,
right.
because this is still a
Team,
good collection of games with loads of variety.
Team
Everything
Yell.
from Metal
I
Slug to King
forgot
of the Monsters to
who
Shock
the,
Troopers to the best game of the bunch,
who the
Neo
villain
Turf
was.
Masters.
Who the villain
Yeah,
team was in
I
Sword
love
and Shield.
Neo
I'm
Turf
sitting there, I'm like,
Masters. We
like,
have
oh,
loads
actually,
of
we
fighting
got
games here
Rocket,
as
we
well.
got
Easily
Magma,
the
we got
genre
Aqua,
Neo
we
Geo
got
was known for the
Galactic, we got
most. If you're more of a
Plasma,
Metal
we
Slug
got
guy,
Flare,
Metal
we
Slug
got Skull,
Anthology
and
was
then I was
released
like,
around the same time, which exclusively
hell
focuses on
was
SNK's
in
Metal
Sword
Slug
and Shield, and I
series.
couldn't
It's
remember.
basically SNK's version
Anyway.
of Contra, and dare I say, a
Magikarp.
better
Oh,
version
one
of Contra.
Pokemon?
Lots of quality
Okay,
games here, and
I'm
extras
gonna
like
go
this
with,
interview with the dev team. That's really anticlimactic. Now, apparently there are some emulation problems. Now, I wouldn't know because I've never touched or have even seen a Neo Geo system, arcade, home console, none of it. The games at least play and look
so face
fun,
a
and that's
Magikarp?
all I can say
I'm
on the
gonna
matter.
go with,
Mega Man, Mega Man, Mega Man. If you take one solid look at the prices of his games, I'll take 3, please. The Mega Man Anniversary Collection originally
go
released
with
on PlayStation 2,
Zapdos.
GameCube, and Xbox a bit later. It includes the first 8 Mega Man games and a few unlockable arcade games. First off, this ain't the most pure way to play these games. A good chunk of edits to the graphics and sound occurred, as well as a few hiccups here and there. Like, the title screens look a bit different. There's no difficulty select on Mega Man 2's title screen. You have to go to the collection's options for that. It's alright. Playing them on this collection felt a bit off to me, though. I can't really pinpoint why. It's still a pretty good value, but in my opinion, I'll take the Mega Man Legacy collections nowadays. Yes, the entire series was split into 2 parts, but I'll take it. All games are presented in HD, include music players, art, challenges, the works. Plus, there's a far less amount of
You
differences
said you're gonna
between
battle
the
me. I thought you were
original
talking about,
games
like,
and the version
Pokemon
shown
Go
in
or
these
something.
collections. Legacy Collection 1 focuses on 1 through 6, the series'
Or
entire
like
run on
Pokemon
the
Sword and
Unix.
Shield or
You can pick between the Japanese and
something.
North
I
American
didn't realize
versions
you
and
meant
pop
like
on
here
some
in the
filters
chat.
like the CRT
First until you
Does
said,
anybody actually like using
what
these
Pokemon do I
filters? I've
choose?
noticed a lot of retro collections include this as an
Magikarp
option
ran
these
the
days,
heck
but
away.
personally I'd rather just have the game the way it is in its original aspect ratio. There's also these borders, which I always turn off. I think they're a bit distracting, and I personally
is
don't
that,
need the
Brian?
entire screen filled. Legacy Collection 2 includes 7 through 10, which makes it
Magikarp
definitely the
ran
more
the heck
interesting
away.
collection. Opinions on these
Funny.
games are a bit more divisive than 1 through 6.
Man,
I see
it's like
people
my
saying
favorite,
7's bad /
like,
the best
Let's
one
Play
in the series.
series. I wanted to
8's
do
weird and
a,
sloppy
I would
/ a
would
hidden
love
gem.
to do a YouTube
Even though
and
you
chill
may not
series
like
on it 'cause
every
it's
game
not that
included,
popular.
you do get a cooler variety here. It's 3 different styles of Mega
I
Man.
would have.
My main problem with
It's
these
not on
collections
YouTube
is that they
anymore,
don't
so I
go
can't
the extra mile and
do
include
it. It
extra
just got
games I think would
removed.
really be at home here.
Go ahead
Mega
and
Man and
add
Base,
this
the
to
Sega
a
Saturn version of Mega
stream
Man
to a new
8, the Game
playlist.
Boy games, the Game Gear game, Mega
Pokemon
Man the
titled
Wily Wars. Come on, those would have been great inclusions, or even just unlockables.
And
It's
chill.
whatever. These are still really great values.
So those are just a few compilations. Definitely some of the cooler
Let's see
titles
what
you
other
can add to
playlists
your
are.
collection.
Zapdos is confused and hit its head off a wall.
I left the s'mores maker on. I deliberately left this one out to avoid this from happening.
Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do this time? Yeah, let's do viral games. This will be one that people will have a game they know in here,
Hey y'all,
undoubtedly.
Scott here, and I'm only 12 virgin points away from being eligible for a V card. I need to find the quickest possible way to not get laid. If I wanted to get laid, I'd talk about Donkey Kong Barrel Blast for 10 minutes, but nope! Today I gotta stick with the trends to get my virgin points with ease, but how exactly will I do that? By looking at the most viral things on the planet, of course, and the only thing more viral than influenza has got to be this garbage. You know, the games you see played on YouTube by screaming people with dyed hair and videos with all caps titles. Yep, viral video games. You may ask what constitutes a game being viral. I'm mainly talking the stuff that's taken the world by storm within the past decade or so that really wouldn't have gone anywhere without the internet.
whether it be because of online multiplayer, seeing reactions to people
Like
playing the
roulades
game,
and
sharing
rank.
theories surrounding them, you know, that kind of stuff. Well, let's plop into it. These are viral sensations that people can't get enough of, or they could get enough of until they got enough of. You ever wander around in the woods at night and worry that Benito Mussolini is still on the loose and is coming after you? Well, Slender is the closest we can get to that experience. I'm sorry, Slender, The 8 Pages. When this game hit it big, it was simply titled Slender, and then they made another game. Oh shit, they made another game? Well, with the introduction of a sequel, they subtitled this one, The 8 Pages. The game stars this flashlight, some grass, a few trees, and...
Oh shit, it's a white guy!
You have to collect 8 pages scattered across this small forest that's really easy to get lost in. These pages feature all this chicken scratch on them, which could mean anything. Collecting the pages is basically all we have to do, in addition to avoiding Slender Man, a supernatural creature known for orangutan arms and child abduction. The thing is, I don't find Slender Man in general scary. How can you be scared of something without a face? He can't even fucking sneeze. The only thing that's kind of scary about this is when Slender Man randomly appears, the musician passes out on the piano. And even then, that's just a jump scare. Nothing really sticks with you at all. I won't say the game doesn't have its tense moments. Walking into this small bathroom, for example, is pretty freaky. Like, you know it's easy to get cornered in here. The game just relies on jump
I've
scares.
got a couple
You
of
try to
things
collect
here
all
already.
8 pages, and even when you do, all that happens is Slender Man eventually does whatever the
This
hell
will be
this
basically
is.
about a bunch
Happy
of
Wheels
viral
is a
games.
physics-based game that plays in your web browser. You can
Because it
choose
basically
from
became
a
popular
variety
through
of
things like YouTube
vehicle-driving
and whatnot.
characters with a seemingly unlimited supply of user-created levels at your disposal. Many stages are filled with hazards that can brutally wound or kill you, which adds to the fun. Definitely one of the most entertaining games to play in your browser. I mean... You know those bears they sell at Hot Topic? Yeah, they made a game out of them. Five Nights at Freddy's is all about looking both ways and stopping Chuck E. Cheese robots from screaming. I never liked this series. This title has some of the most brutally simple gameplay out there. You have to keep an eye on your power levels and make sure you're not overusing your means of monitoring and stopping these things from giving you a scare right in front of your face. I mean, yeah, you can analyze the game all you want, say how its simple gameplay is what makes it so interesting and well designed, or how the sweet, sweet lore of the series is what keeps you coming back. Not me, though. I never personally found appeal in the series. I'll just give it the
I heard
coveted
appeal in
Not
it.
My Thing award.
I like the
Now, the
lore
developer
and
Scott
the character
Cawthon
design
made a
and
sequel, so I
the
could definitely
simplistic
try out
gameplay
that
does
one
help.
to see if it grabs me. And if that one
is
doesn't
nice,
do it, how
but,
about this one?
I
Or
wouldn't
this
call
one?
it like the best
Maybe
series ever or
this one.
anything, but I've
This one might do it.
played every entry except for Help Wanted
Stop.
because that
Quap is a
one's,
human simulator that shows us just how amazing it is.
think
that we
it
can all
only
move.
really works
You have
in
to control
VR.
your muscles with the Q, W, O, and P keys on the keyboard. And as a self-proclaimed walker, I have to say this game really does emphasize the struggles us humans have with walking sometimes. You ever just this, everybody? Finally, the cure for
hating
all
on it, yeah.
sex.
I mean, hey,
Minecraft.
he just doesn't like it. Not everybody has to
I
like
made
what I
loads.
like.
I've
so.
actually never really gotten into Minecraft. I played a little on the iPad, but that was about it.
Like
And I
that.
dropped
Yeah,
it
I
after
like
playing
FNAF
it a
too.
few times.
He just doesn't.
From what I've gathered,
He doesn't
you
like
play
it,
as
and that's
geometry
fine.
And
Everyone has to like it.
Kind of do whatever you want. You craft whatever you want, build whatever you want. It's truly a sandbox game.
It's like,
There
I
is
don't
the
like
survival
Hello
mode
Neighbor.
where the zombies
And
come
a lot
out
of
at
people
night,
like
which
that game.
makes
I
things
just
more
don't
interesting.
personally care for it.
Lucky
If you
for
like
me,
it,
I'm a
great.
fucking
I just don't
genius.
care for
Nothing
it.
can stop me from up here. Damn it. Next up, we're looking at Roblox. So I've never been in the know on what a Roblox is, so I'm signing up under the name Anybody Like Roblox? Here's the question. After getting shot into the site, it turns out Roblox is a game creation tool where players share their games made using the Roblox Studio. After finally jumping into a game, I can officially say I am more confused now than I was before playing, and nobody will answer my questions. So we can waddle around and jump, and let me ask you, does this make you feel okay? But man, with enough determination, I can totally not get laid by playing this. On my patented laid scale, I hereby give Roblox 4 sex out of 10. Doki Doki Literature Club, a horror game that isn't just due to cowering in fear when your parents walk in on you playing it. But
Yeah,
let's throw that
skip-
genre out of the window and go into the game blind.
If you don't know Doki
Ooh,
Doki
it's
and you-
imaginary sex of the game.
I
I'll
hope you know
definitely
how
give this
Doki
a
Doki
download.
goes going into this because it's yeah.
Huh. Forget that warning. I'm going with a name that'll really help me in the long run with swooning
And you
these girls
seem to
over.
know what it
This
was,
is a
but
dating
for
sim
anybody else, I
visual
hope you know what
novel
Doki
type
Doki is
game
going
where
in,
we
'cause
talk
it
to
only
these
works if
girls,
you don't
speak
know
to
anything
them, and
about
have
it
conversations.
going in.
It's like I'm really trying to date a cartoon character. And there's so many to choose from.
Like keeping the corner.
Sayori,
Yeah,
our
I
longtime
actually like,
best friend,
and I
Yuri,
like the
shy
existence
one,
of Roblox. I
Natsuki,
don't
the
play it
bitch,
personally,
Monica,
but
the leader of the bunch.
it's cool that
Which
people
one could
can
I
make their own
possibly
games and
choose?
keep stuff going. Doki Doki's creepy. Doki Doki
Oh, that
is
made my decision
genius.
easier. What I admire so much
As
about
long as you're
Doki
going into it
Doki
blind,
is that
it
it takes
is-
the concept
it
of a
is
deceiving
so
game
well
that
done.
acts
It
like
is
it's one thing when
insane.
it's really another, and goes farther with it than I think any piece of media
Does it
ever has.
so well.
It takes a fair amount of time until the psychological horror elements nudge their ways in, and that allows the game to create this sense of trust with the player. By the time everything's about to go down, I feel like most players were like, yup, this is my game. I'm totally gonna date the shit out of Jesus Christ! That is how you scare a player, and it's done really well. The only major
If you
problem
go
I
into
have
it
with
not
Doki
knowing
Doki is that
that
it
it's
really
scary,
demands a totally
it's
blind playthrough for you to get the
horrifying.
most out of it. Thing is, that's almost impossible. We have a warning in the beginning basically saying, this game is f***ed, turn back. And with all the hubbub about this game online, even if you didn't know this was a horror game, I think you'd at least expect that something was up with it. You could have a friend set up the game for you where they say, hey, play this.
Yeah,
but even at that point, I think most
that
people
is
would respond,
it's
"Why
probably
don't
one
you
of
make
the
me play
most
this? What's wrong with
well
it?"
thought
The
out
game
horror
works
games I've
best
ever
in this
seen.
perfect world where you're playing it because you just wanted to play a visual novel dating sim, but were thrown for a loop when things get murdery. Regardless of a totally blind playthrough being somewhat unobtainable, Doki Doki Literature Club is a really smart game that does horror incredibly well. Baldi's Basics is stupid. What
I
does
don't
this
like
game
Baldi's
squirt onto
Basics
the
either.
internet? Oh, another it isn't what it initially seems to be game. It goes from educational game to not that. I assume it's trying to pull off horror, but it just ends up feeling like a lackluster and a half attempt at what Doki Doki Literature Club did. Doki Doki deceives the player by comforting them in this world of pure anime, maybe sprinkling in some things here and there, but finally hitting the
mouth
player with
agape,
something
eyes
so out
wide
of left field
open, not
terrifying
blinking for a
that
solid
works
4
incredibly
minutes.
well as a horror game. Baldi's Basics is like
And
if
that
Doki Doki started with one line of simple
The
dialogue and a
Sayori
blam
part
death. It's not
was the
nearly
part
as
that
scary,
really
and it
got
just
me.
devalues the entire point of the
Basics
game even
sucks.
existing.
Yeah, I just-
like, we do a math
I
problem, and then,
don't
uh-oh,
care
the teacher
about
is
Baldi's
chasing
Basics
us.
at
This
all.
one's just pretty lame to me.
Now brace yourselves, because I am about to lose all credibility.
That's right, guys. I'm finally playing Fortnite. I've seen the requests. And would you believe it only takes this long to not get laid? I tried to name myself, and may I ask, how many Scarts are there in the world? It seemed like every name I tried they had a problem with until I finally landed on a winner. Anyways, Fortnite is
Whiskey
this
Bus.
battle royale game where you're just trying to be the last player alive, or last
Whiskey
group
Bus.
alive. Things are off
That
to a
part is
great start
terrifying,
with
yeah.
this sky bus. I
Baldi
glide down and you
can
know
go
what?
in the
What's
trash.
rush? We're gonna take our time.
Sayori's
with this
part
one.
is
I reach
yeah.
the
That,
ground and come face to
that
face
was
with my
the
first
moment where
enemy in
it's
the
just
game. I use his organs to build a house, and
holy-
safety's an understatement. There's this cool portal thing that seems interesting. Oh, oh, finally another person. Here's some homicide. Oh, we have another. Shit, somebody grab a Kodak! For max effectiveness, I'm just gonna keep swinging this X indefinitely. Oh, damn it. It's easy to see why these games went viral. They all have elements that make them easily understandable, interesting, or entertaining to watch others play. But does that make them automatically good games? A lot of these are one-trick ponies, and just because these games hit it big doesn't necessarily mean they're good. It's obvious that for many independent developers to get their names out there these days, they feel the need to make games like this that really appeal to the modern climate of the internet, with reaction videos and online multiplayer being the craze. It's just in many of these games cases, they prioritize the idea of becoming viral in comparison
He
to
just
simply
went, "Yes,
being
you
a decent
did."
game. Not all of them are like this, but many are, and it's kind of why I don't see myself jumping aboard whenever small games like these hit it big. With that being said, don't spew hatred over a game just because it's popular. Fortnite and Minecraft get barfed on all the time just because they're huge. Listen, I played both of these, and I can easily tell you they're both high-quality games. They may not be my thing, and that's perfectly fine. It's also fine if you actually immensely dislike the games, but come on, it's pretty obvious when people are just complaining because of popularity.
That's all fine and good, but I'm only one virgin point away from being eligible for a V card. Maybe just mentioning viral games can give me that 1 point. There's Facade, Getting Over It, Amnesia, Donkey Kong Barrel Blade. No! I'm never gonna be a virgin at this rate.
Who's my favorite girl from Doki Doki? I'd say probably Natsuki. Into more of the same kind of stuff. Alright, third chapter of WiiWare Chronicles. My favorite parts of his, or one of my favorites, is very, very, very recent. I don't think we'll get to it in this stream,
Scott here, and I'd love to putz around and talk some Yoshi touch and
we
go.
will at
I
some
have
point.
places to do and things to be.
keys, and I have to loaf around in the cellar for a while. You see, I thought we were in the post-apocalyptic phase of the Wii Shop channel closure, but nope! It turns out we were only in the pre-apocalyptic phase.
Same.
We're
Nice.
currently in the apocalypse phase since people can't
Natsuki's,
basically buy WiiWare games anymore. And
scene
since I'm
was
one
pretty
of the
awesome.
people with a
Or
Wii
is it-
system filled to the brim with WiiWare games, I'm
I
a
think it
wanted
was
man.
that
Just
way.
look at this. That's me! I don't know who else it could be. If only past me would have done something about the Wii Shop channel closure and not just exploit and show off old WiiWare games. Let's take a look at some more WiiWare games. Castlevania The Adventure. Yeah, it reeks. So why not play the vastly superior recreation, The Adventure Rebirth? This was in the lineup of Rebirth games Konami put out on WiiWare, the others being Contra Rebirth and Gradius Rebirth. These three games were treated as throwbacks to yesteryear, harkening back to the earlier titles in the franchises. Adventure Rebirth was the only one of the three that was fully based off of a past game and improved on everything
cool.
from the original.
Yeah, we
It
go to the
controls
bathroom?
better,
All right.
sounds better, looks better.
We'll
It's
be
just
here.
an overall better experience. It really makes me go, well, why aren't more bad games remade like this? It replaces a bad game with a better one. And then I realize, oh, well, nobody likes bad games, so it's safer to remake a game people actually like to begin with to ensure the most sales. Oh well, Adventure Rebirth was also noteworthy for being one of the first Castlevania titles in forever that followed the pre-Symphony of the Night gameplay formula for the series. It's just
Yeah.
pure simple Castlevania, and while it's not mind-blowing or anything, it's definitely a highlight on the WiiWare
Castlevania
service.
is fun.
So this is why Konami stopped making games. Ant Nation is for the ant lover in all of us. The title is jam-packed with 100 ant-filled missions to complete, ranging from touching your ant to using a magnifying glass. I love ants, so this game just speaks to me. Whenever anybody asks, hey, what do you use your Wii for these days? I always tell them Netflix and ants. Well, that's Ant Nation for you. It's an ant simulator. I got as much out of it as I could, and unfortunately stopped playing before we got to the ant breeding portion of the gameplay loop. However, there is this bonus game we still have to check out. And this was the moment I discovered some guy at Konami really f***ing hates ants. Jesus! This entire
my
mode is
God.
dedicated to torturing and
forgot
killing
about all
ants
the
with an
stuff
assortment of tools
in-
ranging
in
from
that one.
rockets, fire, a foot. I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't enjoy this compared to the main game, but holy shit, guys. I guess Konami didn't want to corner themselves in the ant lovers only market and truly made this game for everybody. TV Show King. I actually played this back in the day. It was published by Discount Ubisoft. Gameloft. They've made some of the highest quality shovelware out there. Nothing that's utter trash, but nothing too awful great either. With a name like TV Show King, I assumed this was going to be a trivia game about TV shows. Well, I'm not a fucking genius, it's just a trivia game show. But I am a fucking genius, so we're going to be limping along on genius difficulty. We're greeted to our host, Jerry. They really pulled out all the stops on this one. Think of TV Show King as Wheel of Fortune meets Who Wants to Be a Millionaire meets a 65 on Metacritic.
Wow.
Also, this game really has a thing against commas. What's a two-handed hand plan in snowboarding? Well, I already answer handy to most questions, so why not? As the rounds progress, TV Show King likes to make sure you're still paying attention by upping the ante, like making you remove the crust on the choices before selecting and illuminating them with your remote. I lost.
Who'da thunk?
Flight Control was a mobile game from 7 years ago. Like, this sat there alongside the titans of the industry. Cut the Rope, Angry Birds, Coin Flip. This was a game that was consistently at the top of the App Store charts. You just had to guide airplanes and helicopters to safely land without crashing into one another. And if you said,
He's
I
not
want to
here,
play
but
this
just
with that
thinking
Ant
about it
Nation
further. I should
controller,
throw out
you're
there,
in
I
luck
probably
because
wouldn't
they
date
released
any
a
of the
WiiWare
girls
version.
from
It's basically the same
Doki
game,
Doki.
but you play with the Wii remote pointer. It works well
Possibly just
enough,
back
and
at
it's
their,
pretty decent by early iPhone
because of
game
what
standards.
happens in the game,
but
but
a
like,
Wii game, though?
even just
I
like
don't
some
know.
of
It's
the
just
beginning
not the most
personalities, they're
well-suited
not
title
really
for
the
home
kind of
consoles.
people I would date.
You're only going to play
but
for
I could
5
definitely
minutes
be
at
friends
the
with
most.
Natsuki.
Decent mobile game that
Friends
works
with all
well on the
of them,
Wii,
really,
but
but Natsuki
doesn't feel quite at
especially.
home. Space Invade, damn it. WiiWare was truly the second coming of arcade titles. So many made a return on the service, so it was inevitable a reboot of Space Invaders would appear at some point. They're trying to add some plot to this, that's adorable. Alright, let's get this over with. This is nothing like what I was expecting. I just assumed this was gonna be an upgraded version of Space Invaders but on WiiWare, but the title doesn't lie. This is what happens when Space Invaders get even. You control the invaders and destroy a city. The concept is interesting, I'll give them that. It's kind of like Pac-Man Vs, where that was an old school arcade game, letting you experience it from the enemy's perspective. But this is where my
Someone's
interest starts to
calling me
wane.
on
It's mildly entertaining
Discord,
for a
but
bit,
I can't. I'm
but it's
streaming
pathetic
right now.
in terms of content. You only get 3 levels for 500 Wii points and have to buy the rest of the game through more content packs. The overall price ends up being around 20 bones, and I'll definitely say I got my fill with just playing the first stage. I think it would have been best for this game to come with all the content for $10 total, no extra level packs or nothing. Because as it stands, for $5, I feel like I wasted my money, and the idea of spending $15 more on this game made it difficult for me to fall asleep the past few nights.
Bit Trip.
Bit Trip was a series of rhythm games released via WiiWare, all using Atari-style graphics with some modern-looking effects. I gotta say, with video games, especially indie ones, being obsessed with 8-bit graphics, seeing this style with such pizzazz is really something. I wish a few more games looked like this. There were tons of Bit Trip games released on WiiWare, the most popular which being Runner. You have to avoid obstacles and nab collectibles to the beat while running automatically. This is only the demo version though. I never played the Bit Trip games when they initially came out, but this is a pretty fun time. Thankfully, there exist multiple ways to play the Bit Trip series outside of WiiWare, including various physical releases, so definitely try this out if you get the chance. Runner also received some sequels, Runner 2 and Runner 3, and again, I haven't played these games. Man, the original Runner just looks so much better visually in my opinion. It just feels so much more unique.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Soccer Up. The title alone got me excited. It's
And
a
by
soccer game
enjoy
based on my
Up.
favorite direction. How could this go wrong? We have to pick a team. Well, North Korea sounds fun. And we're off, and Soccer Up is much more generic soccer game than I initially thought it would be. Remember Hockey All-Star Shootout from last time? I was expecting Soccer Up to be a garbage game like that, a mini-game where you're shooting soccer balls into a goal or something. Nope, it's a completely different garbage game. It's just generic soccer. And pardon me, I don't play a lot of soccer games. No. But I can easily say that it is crazy difficult to keep track of who's on my team and who's not. Sure, the different teams have different colored jerseys, but the fact that all the models are the same with either dark or blonde hair makes it confusing.
Anyone here
Other than
is friends
that,
with me
this
on
is
Discord.
basically
I
like
probably won't
NES
answer actual
Soccer, but
calls
with
on
3D
there
graphics.
unless we're
Like
playing a
everybody else
game or
with an
something.
opinion, I'm not a fan of NES Soccer, but it was fine for the time. Soccer Up really has no excuse.
Mr. Drillard!
Mr. Driller W. Out of 26 letters, they chose that one. The series is a
unless I'm
spin-off
the
slash
one
spiritual
commencing
successor
the call
to
or
Dig
something.
Dug and is more so puzzle-oriented. You have to drill through all these blocks while avoiding getting squished or running out of air. It's a fun time and can get wildly difficult. You have all these different characters to choose from, all with unique attributes, including the original star of Dig Dug himself. While it's a good version of the game, Mr. Driller W has very little differentiating itself from the various other titles in the series. That was a
Support
problem
to
with a lot of
DM me and
WiiWare
stuff, I
titles
just
at the
probably
time.
won't
Many
answer
of them are simple high score-based
calls.
games with better versions available elsewhere. Speaking of which, Frogger is an absolute classic. Its gameplay still holds up to this very day. Konami really tried to make Frogger a bigger name in gaming as the years went on, but he's more or less faded into obscurity. But this is what happens when Frogger returns. Oh god, it's like he never left. Frogger Returns makes me wheeze. This is just Frogger again, but it looks like trash, the music is
Yeah, I hate
disgusting,
the
and the
visual
camera angle
style
makes
on
it
this.
difficult to
Ugh.
judge where you are in comparison to other things in the world. Look at these dogs. Stop. Rabbids Lab is why many people don't like the Rabbids. It's a simple idea. A rabbit is inside your Wii remote. You can hit buttons and shake the thing to cause mayhem. You can then paint, customize, and perform a hate crime on them. That'll be 500 Wii points, please. This should just be a mode in a
You're
game.
back. Welcome back.
In fact, from what I've read, it is a mode in Rabbids Go Home. I've actually heard this is a pretty good game. I personally haven't played it, but I personally have played Rabbids Lab. This is somewhat amusing for 2 minutes, but within that time you've seen everything the game has to offer. Next. Happy Holidays Halloween. Before you say thank you, let me talk about this game. This is a Halloween e-card creator on your Wii. You can pop a very select amount of art on a card. Maybe some text, a sound or two, blam. Send it to your Wii friends. Hallmark must have pissed themselves when this thing was announced.
Doesn't she saw a mouse, but it was
Through
a
Space is a
hamster that
Nintendo
escaped.
published game all about cramming Tetris wannabes into holes in the wall.
That's
Now I know
gotta
what
be a
everybody is probably thinking. This is
Heartstopper
just a
right there.
ripoff of Muscle March. Well, Through Space is really its own thing. It doesn't have whatever the hell this is, but it makes up for it by just being a simple addictive puzzle game. Personality-wise, it's got nothing, but it's fun enough, I guess. Now, of course, it had that classic Nintendo tax and cost $8. I don't know if it's worth that. Just for comparison, that's how much most Super Nintendo and Genesis games cost on the Wii Shop. It's a solid little puzzle game, but nothing more than that, really. Every downloadable game service needs a game based on Robin Hood, so it was a shame that WiiWare got stuck with this thing. I'd call it an on-rail shooter, but it's literally just a static image where you shoot people running around. Apparently Robin Hood is all about killing the rich and helping the poor, so it makes sense that your points get docked if you shoot an innocent person, but why do you get crazy high points for killing a bird? The game is just monotonous. Reloading your arrows takes no time at all, so there's really no challenge here. It's almost impossible to die. It's just a game of endurance. We also have this guy making an appearance every now and then. That's all I have to say on the topic of him. This is the story of a lonely boy who was given a dolphin by King Triton and then vowed to give all the sad children in the world Wii remotes and dolphins. This is the worst Christmas ever. And that's the story of My Dolphin, a game about petting your dolphin and having it do tricks for an audience. I guess you have to buy the extra dolphins in the game to find out whatever the hell happened to King Triton. I named him Puddles, and he can do this. I think I finally found my dolphin game, everybody. We've really looked at a lot of WiiWare games, but the only thing that matters is that we finally looked at one that allowed us to make a card. I'm gonna send this to future Scott, maybe around January of 2019 or so. He'll really get a kick out of this. This does nothing for me. Well, with the Wii Shop channel closing on January 30th, I should really take time to appreciate what I have.
Should be able to hear me when the thing shows audio levels.
WiiWare games and an open cellar door. Huh. Really makes it easy for anybody to come in and steal my net worth!
Can you not hear me? Yeah. So I don't know if you can't hear me. But yes, I see you in there. We'll just jump. No, let's do game stores first.
Hey y'all, Scott here. Off! To buy video games right now, I have
you can't hear me. I thought you said I can hear your mom, and I was gonna be like, can you
now
hear
I
my
could
mom?
always
My
buy
mom-
video games online on
I don't
Amazon
live
or just
anywhere near
straight
my mom.
digitally, but come on. I need video games now, not in 1 to 2 days considering shipping and handling, and I love plastic shells. Who wants to do this? So that means driving 10 minutes to a brick and mortar store to buy physical games equals, fine, I'll go to GameStop. The video game store used to be a magical place as a kid. It was always something I looked forward to. I didn't even have to walk out with a new game or anything. Just browsing the games available and being surrounded by them was a treat. And when you did buy a new game, oh man, you pop that bad boy open on the road home to get a taste of what's in store. What does the disc look like? Reading through the manual, waft the wonderful smell of a freshly opened game. Sometimes that experience was more memorable than the actual game you bought. Before a trip to GameStop, I would rummage through the games I had and said, okay, I don't need this, this, or this. Bring them all there, get some sweet, sweet trading credit, and pick up some new games. Of course, now I hate this fucking punk for selling his Game Boy Player for a copy of Just Dance 3, but back then, without
That's
a
so
job,
different.
trading in games was just the way of life. Game stores were the place back then for me, but now, what the hell happened here? I really wish video game stores could be more of a place to just kind of hang out and browse games, maybe even play them, but instead, whenever I go, I'm bombarded by my favorite question in all of retail.
What brings you in today?
I always follow that up with a just looking around, browse the games until I realize the pop figures take up more space than the Wii U section, and then leave empty-handed. Well, maybe I can learn to love video game stores again by working at one. My interview is, right now.
Hi, Chet Shaft, Game on Shelf Manager.
Hi, Scott Wozniak, Games on a Shelf employee to be.
So, what makes you want to work at Games on a Shelf?
Well, I love plastic, and discs are great too.
You know, we're really looking for somebody who's into all different types of games. Are you that kind of guy?
I don't give a piss. Didn't do much for me, but it really didn't excite me. The title never interested me. Didn't look all too entertaining. I wasn't interested. Doesn't appeal to my taste. Doesn't really appeal to me. Not super into mobile games. Way that makes me not care at all. I'm not an RPG guy.
You're
and I'm
here
not
now,
a Xenoblade
welcome.
guy, so I'm not really into it all.
Kaneki Ken. Sorry, I couldn't read the
Personally, in terms
thing,
of
but
going
welcome.
to actual stores for
I was
video
gonna-
games,
I was gonna call you
prefer
Kaneki
Best
for now,
Buy.
just 'cause
It's
I-
nice and big.
so I
You
don't
walk
have
in
to
there and
say the
browse the
whole
games
thing,
without
if
getting
that's-
harassed
if
by
that's okay with
employees
you.
about joining a membership or pre-ordering games or whatever. At the very most, one will ask if you need help with anything or just say hi, and that's about it. However, they
Someone
did have a
besides you,
sweet
yeah.
membership. Gamers Club Unlocked gave
Yeah,
you 20% off
Kaneki is
all
also
new
from,
games. Not new as in recently
the Unis
released.
on a
New as in
stream.
basically any game on the shelf. It was only $30 for 2 years. That right there basically made Best Buy the only place I'd consider picking up games at. They don't offer the program anymore because holy shit, how could they sustain a deal like that? To be fair, the 20% off games got me to buy a lot of non-video game stuff there, but I mean, 20% is still a lot off of products Best Buy already doesn't see a ton of profit from. Even without the membership, I just like Best Buy because I can pick
I
up
wish
the
that
game,
membership
bring it
was
to the
still
counter,
around
bada
just
bing,
because,
bada boom, I'm out of there. Places like
man,
Walmart
20%
and
off
Target,
of a new game. A new
God,
game is
those have gotta be the
$60.
bottom of the barrel
That's
in terms of my
$12
preferred
off.
game stores. Who the hell wants to wrangle up an employee and beg them to
And,
unchain Detective Pikachu for you? All the games
$12
are
off
behind this
of one
glass
game.
door, and you have to get
Get
an employee
3
to
games
unlock
there
it
over the course
for
of
you,
2
and
years.
it feels
and
like
you've
whenever I
already saved
actually
money.
want something,
You get
there's
bored?
never
No,
anyone
not
around
really.
to unlock it.
I
You
don't
just
get
kind of have to
bored.
pace around until you see somebody. But of course, why go to those places when you can go
Sitting
to
around and chatting is what these
GameStop
streams
is
are all
the
about.
definitive place to buy games
Chatting
for
while
many
watching
people.
something.
It's simple. It's a game store. You go there to buy video games. I
Chatting
notice
and
it's really
watching some
popular
good
with
content.
families. A mom will usually bring their kid there to pick out a game or to ask questions about something. But wow, GameStop can be annoying. I'm not trying to boycott them or say anybody who works there is a chump. No. It's good to have a store specific to video games, and I know for a fact most employees are perfectly fine people just trying to do a good job, and they're forced by their bosses to do all this annoying stuff, such as trying to cram a membership down your throat. They really like to push the Power Up
Right,
Rewards
yeah.
program. It's just a standard membership. It's really not the craziest in the world.
It's not like
You
a
get slight
hardcore
discounts on
reaction,
used games, some
like, you
little
know,
benefits
whenever,
here and there, but that's about it.
do you
It comes
watch-
with a subscription to Game Informer
watch
magazine,
YouTube?
and they always ask
Maybe.
if I want the digital or print version of Game Informer, and I'm like, I don't want Game Informer. I want the 70 cents off Darksiders 2.
You gotta be ruthless out there. You can't dance around them getting the membership card. Remember, you're not out there to make a friend. You're out there to make a sale. No manners, no subtlety.
Join our membership, fuckhead! At least you get fun prizes for all the points you accumulate on the membership, which you can claim on this website. Oh my god, this place is barren. Anybody else remember going on the Power Up Rewards site and seeing all the different prizes you could redeem? It was always stuff like a Call of Duty beanie or whatever, but now it's just gift cards. I mean, it's whatever. When I used the site more often, the only rewards I picked were the gift cards, even when they had other trinkets available, so I don't really care.
I
Now, one
always
thing
saved
GameStop
mine
has
up,
over
and
all
now I
other
don't
major
have anything I wanna
retailers who
use them
sell
on.
games are the used games and trade-ins.
It's
Others have
just,
tried. I can't even finish that. They
games
all
after-
failed. Like Walmart sells used video games.
After cheeses. Okay,
Plus,
I gotta
GameStop
add
is
this
universally
to my, all
known
this
for
to my
selling used
list
games
here.
at a cheaper price than new. Sometimes. GameStop's used game selection is always a mixed bag for me. First off, I'm not super big into the fact most of the DS games get their cases thrown away. I get it, the cases
What?
take up valuable
Do you
space.
have any kind of
but
memes
I don't know about
specifically in
anybody
mind?
else,
I'm
but if
making
a
a
game
list
comes
of
in a
things
plastic
to watch
DVD-like case,
whenever I do
need the case for
miscellaneous
it. I ain't buying it loose. This bugs me about
YouTube
a
and
lot of
chill.
used game stores in general, GameStop included, of course. But it feels like they never put any effort into cleaning games. Many of the cases for GameStop's used games are just gross. How did it get this way? So they didn't have a standard PS4 case for this game, but for some reason they had the original game cover art, and on top of that, the battle scars this thing has taken is just too
You have
much
any
to stomach.
specifically in
Most of
mind,
the time,
let
if
me
they don't
know.
have the original box and cover art, GameStop just prints their own and uses a generic case. I mean, it's better than nothing. At least the GameStop cover art for Mario Tennis Ultra Smash is better than the actual game. Is there legitimately anybody out there who will buy the game with the GameStop cover when a copy with the original cover is available? Just curious. It's obvious GameStop likes to push used
I
games.
certainly
With
wouldn't. I
new
would always
games,
get
they
the
don't make much of a profit
one with
off
the
of them.
original
Used
cover.
games, non-stop profit. They buy a game
like
off
they
you
won't
for
even
like
buy it
20
if it
bucks
didn't
and
have
sell
the
it for
original
55.
case.
It's genius. The trading credit
The
has always been a
collector may
big
won't allow
problem
that.
for many. Like, here's how much a used copy of Spider-Man costs, and here's how much you'd get for trading it in. I mean, that bites, especially if you don't have a ton of money to spend on games. A lot of people definitely complain about trading credit, but I will say a lot of people complain for all the wrong reasons. I think too many people assume that they should get a ton of money for their garbage game nobody cares about anymore. Think about it for a second. Why are you trading in that game? It's because you don't want it anymore. Well, millions of other people didn't want Gears of War 3 anymore either. That's why it's only worth $1 and you get 25 cents for trading it in.
Hey man, listen, corporate makes us do this every year, but this is just a little manager evaluation form. You just fill it out, let them know how I'm doing, you know.
All right.
I like this part.
Is your manager manipulative?
I'd say no to that if I were you. Hey, looks like we got some trade-ins coming in. Knock them dead.
All right, total trading value is going to be $10.50.
Well, I got this Skylanders for the Wii U. How much is it now?
$10.48. Of course, you could just sell your game on eBay, but that requires a lot more work, and there's no guarantee it'll sell. GameStop will accept your game right then and there and
Okay.
give you at least some money for it. Not a lot, but since it's way less work for you than an eBay sale, I think it's fair to expect not a ton of money from trade-ins. It is convenient to have a well-known store that'll buy your used games, but this is still kind of ridiculous. Oh, you know another thing I hate about used games? These stickers are the worst. You may be able to peel them off perfectly one time, but just you wait until you get a stubborn one, and it is brutal. GameStop used to spank the stickers
Mr.
on the
Cheese,
box art
is there
itself,
something
not the
specific
plastic
you're wanting
case.
watched, or
Major
just
problem with
whatever
that
I
can ruin the
uh,
art. At least on the box, if the sticker
whatever
doesn't peel
catches
off
my
correctly,
eye.
you can just slap some Goo Gone on it or use a different case, but this
When it
isn't
comes
nearly
to-
as easy to get off of the art. And for some
Or was
reason,
it that
GameStop
animation
likes to
you were
sell new
referring
games
to?
that aren't new. Like I bought Shenmue 1 and 2 for the PS4, and I bought a new copy. The problem was it was the last copy on the shelf, so they put a disc in the shelf copy, and there we
Ouchie.
go. I bought a new game that was open and unsealed. I didn't pay the used price, I still had to pay the new price. That's fun. They usually run deals like 4 for $20 on specific
Is
used
that the
games. And those
thing
specific
about
used
whatever
games are
catches my
generally
eye, or is
all-time
it?
classics
Are you
like
wanting me to watch
Disney
that
Infinity
animation?
2.0, Game
That
Only,
Among Us one?
MLB The Show
This
14,
one would be
and
good.
Fling Smash.
That too.
But my
What's-
main problem
what's
with
the name of the
GameStop
animation?
always boils down to the fact that they won't stop
Do you know
trying
the
to
name of
sell
it by
me
chance?
something. Hey, do you have anything you want to pre-order? They ask me as I'm trying to buy Chicken Shoot on the Wii. Hey, the usual, right? One copy of We Play Motion to go.
Thanks, Chief. We gotta start pushing pre-orders more. Studies show that 9 out of 10 gamers play video games. We gotta capitalize on that market. Next customer you get, do not stop talking about pre-orders.
Fucking pre-orders, am I right? It's like totally like you buy one S. It's just like most of the time, if I tell them I'm not interested in pre-orders, they'll list off a bunch of upcoming games and be like, interested now? And I'm like, I'm sorry, man. I just want Chicken Shoot. Just ring it up. I'll just casually browse games, and a GameStop employee comes up and asks me for my membership info just to remind me of the points I have and to pre-order things. Listen, I love to talk to anybody who works at GameStop, as long as they don't make it so obvious they're just trying to sell me
GameStop, that's
something.
right. I
I've
couldn't
had a few
remember the
perfectly
name of it.
decent conversations with some GameStop employees, and they've been delightful. They don't necessarily nudge me to buy anything I don't want, get any protection plan, pre-order anything, become a pro member, nothing. Just talking about games we like and ending things off with a solid take it easy. But 80% of the time at GameStop, all of this gets shoved in my face. And to reiterate, this mainly isn't pissing all over the employees themselves, because I know the heads of GameStop force them to act like this. The exact same heads that have turned GameStop into... What is this place? This doesn't feel like GameStop anymore. The random merchandise takes up more space than the actual games now. It feels like I'm living inside of a loot crate. Nerf guns, toys, plushes. Many of them aren't even themed to gaming franchises, just standard geeky movie or comic book stuff. Now, I have no doubt this stuff is popular, but in terms of at GameStop itself, I have never seen anybody buy these knickknacks here. In fact, a lot of the time I see this kind of stuff in their clearance bins. At least it's better than when GameStop tried to shift their focus to smartphones. Yeah, that worked out for them. Now, of course, I may be saying this because of that virgin blood within me, but I think it would be
Plushies,
smart
yeah.
for GameStop to start focusing a lot more on retro games. Now, they carry them online and at select locations, but come on, retro gaming is really big now, especially the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox generation. The kids who grew up with those consoles are at an age where they want to play them again, and instead of capitalizing on that, they're just gonna keep selling Naruto shirts. I hate the fact that retro games are mainly only available online.
I
These
play
are
retro
games you
games
probably
all the
want to
time.
inspect before buying, but instead just buy them online. You'll find out if they come with the case and manual when you get them. I don't hate GameStop, but it's just not my preferred place to shop. It has
My
annoying
70
quirks, and
plus
as time
game
goes on, the store
collection
just
of
seems like it's becoming
just
more
the
and more
PS2
not for
alone.
me. I'd
should
really
speak for
recommend
that.
supporting independent mom and pop game stores. A lot of these places rock. They may give you better trading credits. They'll definitely have a bigger variety of systems and games spanning across so many more generations, and they probably won't be as in your face about junk you don't want. Better start supporting them soon though, because many of them keep on shutting down, and that's never fun.
Well,
We have a shop in my town
it's
that
over.
is
New
I
store
go
opened
to
down the
all
street.
the time.
Some really
Ugh.
steep competition.
Sorry, I don't mean to spend that yawn energy.
We just can't keep up with it.
I mean, I've had 5 people ask if we sell cigarettes. Maybe we should
I
start
go
taking
there all the
trade-ins.
time. They
You
seem to
think
be
you
doing
know I
pretty
run a
well.
business?
We got another one that I
I
don't
know
do
a
as
guy with a
often,
NASA
just because
shirt,
it's in a very
okay?
inconvenient
I
location.
earned this job.
But-
This is my peak. Well, after everything I've been
This
through,
other one
I'm
that I do
done. I'm
to
not
all the
going to
time
game
is really
stores
close to
anymore.
my
I'll
apartment.
say it's because I'm protesting them, but it's really because I'm unemployed.
Okay, so we're gonna go. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through We Were Chronicles 4 and ending off with It's Awesome Baby for Scott. Then we'll cap off with that. There's a little bonus video. We'll watch that animation that Mr. Cheese wants us to watch. That'll be the last thing we watch, and then the next stream that we do will be just YouTube and chill. We'll start off with some memes from that Kaneki has recommended to us from Free Memes Lids. I'll look that up and we'll watch whatever that is. Get some memes out, and then I got a couple other videos lined up here that we can watch as well. are you gonna end? Not yet. We got a couple videos here left, and then we got that anime. I'll go ahead and watch that animation you recommended. Just a little bonus video, even though it's not Scott. Most of the ones that after this, the ones that get recommended to me will have to be put into a miscellaneous stream, which will be probably the most common ones. I don't know which streams I'll do the most, but so the next chill stream will be a YouTube and chill. If anyone has any videos they want me to specifically play or anything like that, they can let me know. I've got a few of my own here that I want to line up. Not my own videos, but ones that I would like to play for anybody who hasn't already experienced them. So anyway, we're heading to WiiWare Chronicles Part 4 first. We still got quite a bit of time left.
Hey all, Scott here. I originally abandoned this place back when the whole Wii Shop channel closure pre-apocalypse thing started because I had a Wii full of WiiWare games and everybody wanted to kill me. But now since my Wii has gone missing, I can finally relax again, considering the fact that I was taken off of the FBI's Most Wanted and I'm now on the FBI's
free
Least
memes
Wanted.
kids.
That makes me
I
feel
didn't.
like a fucking loser. I mean, it's
I don't
whatever.
know that
I have
much
nothing
either,
to worry
but-
about now. Plus, I
Okay,
still have the
free memes
memories
kids.
of playing all
Got
those
that on
WiiWare
there.
games. Like that one time I played a bunch of them like a month before this whole thing happened. Oh god, that was when I played.
Yeah, so I've got that on here.
Oh, well, this looks playable.
Got a couple videos of my own.
No.
If anyone thinks of anything while I'm not live or anything like that, they could let
Family
me know in the
Go-Kart
Discord.
Racing is the family-friendly alternative to Mario Kart. You ever play Mario Kart Wii and say
We'll be coming
these
back to
characters
Scott
are cool and all,
eventually
but
as well.
where's Dad? Yep, the whole
'Cause we're just
family's
watching a
here and they're
selection
ready
right
to
now.
star in Family Go-Kart Racing is garbage. Yeah, I said it. Steering in this game is a nightmare. The motion controls don't work. Either you don't turn hard enough or you turn harder than hard, and no matter what, you end up mourning the loss of a family member. Technically, there's 12 tracks in the game, but really there's 4 track themes with 3 variants separated by difficulty. Doesn't matter in the end because each track is damn impossible. Jesus! If only this game was good and sold more, maybe then my dad would make it into Smash Brothers.
Definitely do
Outside of
like try
Pokemon
not
Fruit
to
Snacks, I
last
haven't
stream.
really
Oh, I
delved
could
into
do
the
that.
Pokemon franchise
That'd be
all
pretty
too
good,
much,
wouldn't it?
so why not make my second experience in the series be Pokemon Rumble? The demo
Someday.
version.
Yeah,
that is.
I'm gonna
This, alongside My Pokemon
actually
Ranch, were
put
the
that
only
in
2
this
Pokemon
list
titles
here.
released on WiiWare. My Pokemon Ranch was the leading cause of disgusting logo syndrome, and one of
That's
those
a good idea.
simulation titles that WiiWare was flooded with. You know, you sit there, can slightly interact with the animals, maybe move around, that's about it. Pokemon Rumble is a different story though, it's all about mashing that 2 button and not much else. You control toy versions of Pokemon, which really means here's a canonical
Okay,
reason as to
got
why
that
these
written
models
down
look so bad. You just keep
for a
moving
dedicated
forward,
stream.
pummel
I've
other
got
Pokemon,
ones for like
face a boss,
individual
pummel
videos
them,
for
move on to
miscellaneous,
the
and I've
next
got
area,
some
and then
dedicated
duke it out in the battle
series
royale.
to
I mean, this is just a demo,
watch.
but from what I've played,
Try
Pokemon
not to
Rumble is
laugh, will
just
be
too
one.
simplistic and repetitive for my liking. They made 4 of them. I never downloaded this initially, mainly because do I look like a Pokemon Rumble
I can
downloader
play
to you? I also never
occasionally,
downloaded My
like once
Pokemon
every
Ranch.
couple of
I mean,
years.
I
I'll go
already
play
had enough
Pokemon
WiiWare
Rumble.
simulation games. Speaking of which... Yeah, I'm a zoo guy now. My zoo is all about complete freedom. It's your zoo, do whatever you want, including having only 3 exhibits with 3 of one animal type in each. We have it all. We're really hitting it out of the park with all the bear fans out there. We got this elephant frying in the kids' room, and of course you can't forget the zebras. You can name your animals. That's my zoo for you. A big part of the game is breeding your animals, but all that gets you is another animal. I can add 3 bears to the bear exhibit right off the bat. Why would I want to worry about child bears? My zoo is a little too just watching
Animation
3
has 8
models of
episodes
animals
that I
walk
have to watch.
around for me to
I'll
really
probably
get
just do
into
the
it.
one.
But hey, if
No,
you
we
want to
may
name a
watch-
zebra
if I
Fallout
like it, we may
76,
watch
my
the
zoo
second
fully
one.
supports that feature.
Um,
Bubble Bobble
and
is an
another
undisputed
stream.
classic from the arcades, NES,
what did I
Game
just
Boy,
think of?
Master
Oh, yeah,
System, Commodore 64. Shove your hand between the couch cushions, you'll find a different version of Bubble Bobble. Why not add to the list with a remake of the original on WiiWare, Bubble Bobble Plus, now with brand new
Funny Among
visuals.
Us
Oh,
series.
God. Bubble
Nice.
Bobble Plus is an enhanced remake in the sense that it's fundamentally Bubble Bobble Plus. It has everything the original had, plus more content. 4-player multiplayer, even 2 level packs you could buy. Sure, the graphics are kinda fucking disgusting. It just looks so cheap. I'd really prefer if they just went with sprite art or a 2D hand-drawn look. Disregarding that, this is just straight up Bubble Bobble. The NES version was on the Wii Shop channel for 500 Wii
Oh,
points,
I
with
looked
Plus
at the wrong
going for
thing
only
showed up
600.
first.
That's only $1 extra for quite a bit more content added. It's nothing groundbreaking, but Bubble Bobble Plus is just more Bubble Bobble. That's alright.
The first one that showed up for me when I searched up the thing was the movie one.
Xmas
And I was
Puzzle
like,
shows me what
Jesus, it's
Christmas is
44
really
minutes.
all about.
And Guys know that's a
Oh,
collection.
yeah, that happened. I find it cheap how they show you a blurry version of the full image behind everything. That just makes things too easy. In the end, though, Xmas Puzzle delivers the religion puzzle-based goods, and
It's got
then
quite a few
not only do
views.
you get Xmas Puzzle,
Quite a
but
lot.
more Xmas Puzzle. Somebody grab a plural form. And Yet It Moves was one of the most unique releases on WiiWare. It started life out on PC and eventually made its way onto the platform. And
I want to play this game.
oh, it's so good. A simple platformer where you have to rotate the world around you to progress, and it really makes you rethink everything about the world you're in. What can be a viable platform to use, how to use the terrain to your advantage, everything. You gotta be careful though, because you do die if you fall from a great enough height. Now this is just the demo, I missed out on the game initially, but I always heard great things about it. The thing that mega blows though is that the WiiWare version was the only console port of the game ever
Said the
released.
line.
It's only available on computers, and it made its way to iOS under the name Yet It Moves.
When I say
but
plain
I believe
milk,
it's no longer
do you mean
available.
like
Come on guys, get this baby on modern platforms.
Do you mean like warm milk, or do you, like what do you mean by plain, like
Snowpack
unpasteurized
Park,
milk?
made by the fine people at Skip, who made this, which led to this. This is oh Jesus again. This is another simulation game for WiiWare, just like My Pokemon Ranch, and My Zoo, and My Aquarium, and My Little Baby, and Ant Nation, and My Dolphin. Only now I truly realized how many of these games flooded WiiWare, and they all share a common problem. There's nothing to them. Most of these games are basically just watching an animal do something and you can interact with it in like 2 ways that don't matter at all. Like, oh, you can pet the animal and you can clean up after them and that's it. Now to be fair here, Snowpack Park is much more gamey than a lot of the other simulation games. But it isn't all too remarkable. You raise penguins, you fish for food, you find more penguins, you raise penguins, you fish for food. Now the bulk of the entertainment value you can derive from these games really depends on how much you're willing to let your imagination go wild with these things and make up a lot of the fun yourself. It should also be noted that I can tell these games are supposed to be bite-sized experiences, played for like 5 minutes a day. You download them so they're always on your system, so after you're finished playing another game, hey, why not check in on the penguins? The problem to me is that all these sim games I've looked at just don't have enough to them. They give you like 2 things to truly mess around with, and that's it. I need more customization, I need more things to do to get me involved, and these games just don't do that. There you go, let that be a lesson to all you WiiWare developers out there. Paint splash for everybody who wants to draw but doesn't have paper. Nothing makes me feel like I'm dying more than trying to draw perfectly with a Wii remote. We have all these. Alright, either somebody's smoking gasoline cigarettes or people are retaliating, and for good reason. In a few short weeks, you aren't going to be able to download Paint Splash anymore. F saying that hurt.
Oh man, my feet are freezing.
Time to get
Why are my feet
diagnosed with
freezing?
dart rage. They got Vince Valenti to program this? From the minds behind Pong Toss Pro comes Dart Rage. It's like beer pong minus beer pong, now with darts. Now this is more like it. This must have been the Pong Toss Pro developers' true passion project. That doesn't mean it's absolutely fantastic. It's not bad, but it's not great either. It's just right.
I'm taking Nintendogs in
Art of
10
Balance
years.
was always one of WiiWare's heavy
Yeah,
hitters. I didn't personally play it when it was relevant, but it was always a title.
And you
brought
may
up
want to
when
check
talking
on them. I
about
think they
WiiWare.
might be a
In
little
short,
hungry.
it's a physics puzzle are all about stacking shapes so they don't topple over after a short period of time. It's simple, it's easy to understand, and it's really quite a blast. Art of Balance was developed by Shinen Multimedia, an indie team from Germany responsible for the fast racing games. So the same people who made this. That fucking terrifies me. Remember TV show King?
Anybody who
I'm
hasn't
dying to see how the story
played,
concluded.
Played Fast
TV show King
RMX
2 is
on the
basically
Switch.
the developers of TV show
really
King
good.
saying, wait a sec, we can do better. It's fundamentally an
I haven't
expanded
played
version
Fast
of the
Racing
first
Neo, but
game,
Fast
featuring more
RMX
options like having a cactus for
really
a
good.
podium and being able to create your own questions and submit them online for GameLoft to review and possibly
They're
give to other
probably
players.
good.
I wish you could just
can't
make
have
your
that
own
kind of
questions
negative
using
energy in
local
here.
play,
We need
though.
to
I would love that.
kind of that they're still
Online has
alive.
been
They're
added,
just a
but the
little
tried and true
hungry.
TV show King formula is still here. If there's anybody who screams the author of Marley me, it's Walter Cronkite. War. It's cool, right? Well, Water Warfare gives us all the joy of war, plus aquatics as well. So this is cute. It's a first-person shooter for the rest of us. And by God, it's hard to land a hit on opponents. However, it does function well and stands out from the rest of the crowd on WiiWare. We really never saw a lot of
Feet are,
full-on
like, freezing
first-person
cold, so
shooters
I'm trying to,
there.
like,
So
coat them
hey,
in
if
this
you don't want your
blanket.
kids to play Doom, hand them Water Warfare. They'll fucking hate you, but you'll actually
Maybe
be
2
parenting.
of them are alive and they ate the other's dead bodies.
And the WiiWare service has
And I
been
just need to
validated.
get rid of, like,
Lead the
the
Meerkats
name.
is a son of a bitch! Yes, the return of the WiiWare sim game with like 3 options to mess with and nothing more. What color do I like? Oh, fuck. You know all those times you've gone to the zoo, looked at the meerkats and went, if only. Lead the Meerkats proves we all weren't missing out on much. The meerkat simulation genre needs a killer app, and this isn't it. After the family go-kart racing scandal, I really didn't want to stir up even more controversy, but I have to say this. Too Fast 4 Gnomes fucking reeks. It's in the auto-running gnome genre, and it's definitely one of the best auto-running gnome games I've played in recent memory, but it's completely ruined by this. How are you supposed to differentiate what's part of the background and what's an obstacle? I'm just a gnome. You expect me to understand the difference between background art and obstacles when there's next to nothing that tells you which is one and which is the other?
Well, that was a solid slate of WiiWare games. Let's see how many I didn't care about. Damn it! That's not a great sign because we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel of WiiWare games to look at.
There's a,
Well, that was a solid slate of WiiWare games. Let's see how...
This is a reference. Is a quick vid, 30 seconds. What? I'm not sure what you mean by that. But this here, if you look here, is a reference. I don't know if anyone's seen JonTron or not. If anyone watches JonTron, they had a video, or in one of his videos when he came back after a while, he talks about how people replaced his subreddit with the subreddit after Scott the Woz. And at one point he says it sounds like the name of a terminal illness. And as you can see here, even though it's supposed to say most of them, when he opens the sheet up, it actually says, "No, JonTron, you sound like a terminal illness." So it's a pretty cool Easter egg there.
How many I didn't care about. Damn it! That's not a great sign because we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel of WiiWare games to look at. But it's fine because... I forgot what I was gonna say there. It was stupid. Nothing is fine. The world is going to end. Wii Shop Channel's demise is inevitable. But at least I don't have to worry about getting brutally killed since I don't have my Wii anymore. I can't live without Leave the Meerkats. I gotta get it back!
Okay. So we're just gonna go with It's Awesome Baby and then that animation. This is possibly the best episode. At least one of the very best episodes of Scott the Woz. Oh, the video's called Uh-Oh. What the... Okay. Oh crap, it's jumped in the middle of the episode. No, 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 no. Spoilers. Spoilers.
History began in 1988, but really started in 2007. And ever since, people of all
Madden
kinds
awaits
have banded
back,
together
baby.
to not only celebrate the yearly football video game franchise Madden, but to pick an entry as their favorite.
Woo!
It's pretty good, right? And don't you stand there thinking you can't have a high like this. Come on, there's a Madden for everybody. I know. Pretty wild, right? And take my word for it. EA Sports cracked the code.
Alright, got that
Let's make sure
written
that
down
each and
for
every
the
Madden game is a
miscellaneous
different stroke
stream.
for a different folk.
Madden 03 and 4, you played for the lore. Packed with stuff never done before. Madden 97, turn it to 11. This game can cure all kinds of depression. Madden 25, what did we travel through time? Nah, it's pretty alright. John Madden football, now I've seen it all. Shows how the mighty just refuse to fall. Pick any game you want, you have my guarantee, cause there's a Madden just for me.
Yeah, I know, I hate talking politics, but everybody has a right to Madden. Just ask the Madden 3DS community. Those guys get it.
Madden Overdrive, not a nosedive. EA Sports, you continue to thrive. What's their bottom goal? Their honest intent, providing players with pride and accomplishment. Madden
My
CEO,
favorite Reddit
boy,
comment.
OG, why can't these things start growing on trees? Madden 08, it's Nirvana on a plate.
I don't like that one.
You're a f***ing disgrace. Pick any game you want, you have my guarantee. Not you.
Yeah, I like this one.
No, no, no! It's just not fair. Everybody's all about Madden this, Madden that. People need to realize there's only one sports game that deserves recognition.
Hope that some of my crowd didn't pick up on stream.
y'all, Scott here, and man, what a perfect Madden day it is here in the year Madden 19. That's Madden lingo for 2018. Sure, some games may be better than others, but as human beings, we all share the primal instinct to pick a Madden to call our own. Everyone has one, just take a look.
Madden 2001. Society peaked in 1988 with the release of John Madden's football.
I sure do love Madden 07.
Seriously, like, have you even lived if you've never experienced Madden 2002 on the Game Boy Advance?
Madden 09.
Madden 06 on the PS is the future.
It's all Madden, and it's another one for a reason. We out here ready to play some Madden 19, am I right?
You ain't played Madden NFL 2007, baby.
Madden 11 on Wii.
Madden 05, Peter Creed.
Madden 2002 for the Nintendo GameCube.
John Madden football.
I love Madden 07 more than I love my child.
It just makes me feel all warm and culty on the inside. It's just such a great time to be talking about any retired coach or sportscaster born in 1936. Talking about Madden, looking at Madden, trading in Madden. Now that I got that out of my system, let's figure out what I should talk about today. I don't know. I already talked about Sonic 2. What else is there?
You're right. It's a very valid point.
It's always been there.
Always.
Dick Vitale. Well, I like both of those things, so why not? So this game is a little thing I like to call Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops. College Hoops, slang for university basketball. Awesome Baby, a phrase deriving from pure joy. But what exactly is a Dick Vitale? Apparently one of the most eccentric and beloved basketball commentators of all time. He's evolved from coach to sportscaster to jack of all trades, appearing in various films and commercials, writing books, and lending his voice to the NCAA March Madness games. Now the killer apps of Dick Vitale are his catchphrases. We have such mainstays as a diaper dandy, slam bam jam, dipsy doo dunkaroo, and any and all varieties of a phrase that even resembles "it's awesome, baby." In 1994, Time Warner Interactive struck a deal to cram as much Vitale in a Sega Genesis cartridge as humanly possible. And that's all I got from the game's Wikipedia article. Look how small this is. You could tattoo this entire thing on your foot. And before anybody asks, no, this game has no relation to College Hoops 2K8. This is bullshit! Well, let's take a look at the manual. Hello, everybody. I'm Dick Vitale. Oh my god, he's talking to me. How can anybody not be turned on by College Hoops? We have a Dick Vitale Rosetta Stone in the back, too. I always wondered what my neighbors meant when I heard them screaming Pine Time. The answer was always here. Play and you'll be screaming Awesome Baby with a capital A. That would look fucking stupid. The only Genesis basketball game with a 3D rotating court and Dick Vitale. Sure, some Genesis games have a 3D rotating court and some have Dick Vitale, but this one has both. I can't hold this much longer. It's finally time to find out what's been sitting on my desk for the past 2 years. This is Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops. I hate when that happens. I don't know if Dick Vitale ever made the statement, if only I was the basketball. And this is an only Dick Vitale fans will get this Easter egg, but man, I've been trying to figure out the reason behind this for the past 15 seconds. Dick is wheeled in here, screams 11 letters in a row, and we have a title screen that delivers the heartiest...
Feet are still freezing.
Out there. This title screen is great because you could crop out any portion of it and still know exactly what it's about. Oh yeah, basketball, easy. Next question. Well, let's set up a game, and you know we have to represent our buds down in Tucson, Arizona, and who better to go against than No Carolina? Playing the actual game? Yep, the back of the box doesn't lie. That is a 3D rotating court, and that is Dick Vitale. You just run around with Dick Vitale in your ears trying to get your ball in these things. I lost. No Carolina won, then who did?
Warm up the bus, baby. This one is history.
Jesus, Dick, I'm grieving. This guy's just eating a sandwich. Now, am I anal about losing or completely indifferent to it? I don't know, but personally, I think I'm on Team Anal for this one. Now, of course, playing basketball is only one part of the Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby experience. We also have the extra mode options. Look at this, we have a sound test. We can go through all of Dick Vitale's phrases like,
Awesome, baby.
And,
Awesome, baby.
It never gets old.
Hey man, can you drop my dad at the hospital?
I'm busy. So, Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops. You may be asking, where does this fit in on the Madden timeline? That's a good question. I'd say it fits snugly between the Madden CD and Madden 95 era. Does that make it any good? Eh, not really. It has that awkward 3D sports game for the Sega Genesis twang, and overall this game just doesn't really hold up that What the hell? I do not know what happened there, so whatever. Let's just forget Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops and go back to playing some Madden now. Ah! All my copies of Madden away to Ben Vitale.
Alright, everybody, you can stop with the
Should've
comments.
just
I'm
peed on
finally
you.
gonna take a look at
And
Dick
dude.
Vitale's awesome baby college hoops.
So Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops is what I would personally consider to be
Nice to
an
have
all-time
him back.
pooping classic. It's definitely the pinnacle of the Dick Vitale-related Genesis games with Awesome Baby in the title.
Dick Vitale's
Caddicarus.
Awesome Baby College Hoops. What's all that about?
Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby
Eight-bit gaming.
College Hoops has a lot of unseen and unused content in it.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the
Completionist.
brand new episode of The Completionist, where today
Gerard.
I'm going to complete Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops.
Okay, so this is just a wild shot in the dark here, but I assume this timeline has been altered, and now the only sports game you can play is Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops. It's a good thing I bought that Space-Time Continuum improved baggie. Copy of Madden 08 and a flash drive with the NFL theme song on it. You can never be too safe. I think I was the only person not affected by this whole timeline fiasco because I was playing Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops when it all happened. There's always a loophole. Well, since I can't alter the space-time continuum myself to change it back how it used to be, I'm just gonna do what anybody who's in a world that believes that Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops is the only sports game you can play would do.
Dick Vitale is a myth. I like Dick Vitale more like I don't like Dick Vitale. I drew devil horns on him. That's how you know he's bad. The police agree with me.
This just in, a local anti-Dick Vitale nutjob decides to publicly whine about Dick Vitale, screaming such obscenities as Vince Young and EA Sports. He's being put under house arrest, and quite frankly, we're just glad this kind of lunatic is off the streets.
That guy might be onto something.
Hey all, Scott here. I've heard the request, and yep, I'm finally gonna do it. Today we're gonna be taking a look at house arrest.
Take a look at your nearest ankle. If you have one of these guys plastered on it, then you get it. House arrest has been a thing since the glory
Are you
days,
cold?
aka
No, I'm not really
the
cold,
17th
just my
century.
feet are cold.
Simpler times, when you could force somebody to not leave their house without ankle jewelry. Now, I've
I
recently
wanna
been
go
subjected
to
to house arrest, so
Dixon.
consider this a first impression,
No,
not a full-on
because
review.
Staples has staples.
This blows!
Hey, we couldn't have helped but notice.
Yeah,
that
just
you
my
came
feet are
completely
freezing cold, and I
rejected
don't know why.
society.
I myself
Yeah,
am
I've
just
been trying
fine.
to pull off that look lately.
Sure is crazy what a little bit of public indecency will do to somebody.
Yeah, some people are saying you're on a bit of a depression-fueled Dick Vitale protest. Here,
For some reason,
this
my
always
feet
helps
are
me when
freezing.
I'm down.
I
No,
don't
I'm
know
fine.
why.
Hey, you wanna know what depression doesn't look like?
Hey guys! Whoa! You got
My
awesome
poor
baby
feet.
college hoops? I love these things!
Alright, that is why I'm on some depression-fueled Dick Vitale protest. A few hours ago, I was living it up with the big shots. Madden 94, Madden 97, Madden 11. I had options. But now all people play is Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops. Really, who even is Dick Vitale?
Not Satan, that's for sure.
Why even is everybody so pro Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops?
Because it's awesome, baby! Diaper dandy!
He's the best.
It's completely by law.
Yep, this one's for all you government officials out there. I love Dick Vitale.
He's just the perfect blend of Dick and Vitale.
Yeah, we've all been conditioned since birth to be pro awesome baby college hoops, but you still have to tell me, what's a Madden?
Alright guys, I don't think I'm from here. I think the space-time continuum was altered, and I'm from a time where Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops wasn't the only sports game you could call your own. Look, I have proof. It's a football video game franchise that releases every year that peaked in 2007. My timeline had loads of these things, all with different numbers after the
That
word
part is
Madden.
that Madden 08 actually is my favorite Madden.
I just want people to know that there's more to life than
to
just
me
games
at
based
least,
around
and
Dick
that was
Vitale.
gonna be controversial, but once the seventh generation started, football games and sports games in
Free
general
speech!
for me just
This
kind of
Dick
tanked.
Vitale has been spanked
Just
onto
because
our
they
brains
got
since we
a
were
bit
young.
more
And
realistic
quite
or
frankly,
complicated or
I don't know
complex.
why.
Listen,
I
there's
prefer
more to
the-
life than just one sports
like,
game.
it's
And if I can't get back to my
just
timeline,
the
then
right
I'm gonna
balance
try my
of
best to change
complexity
this
and
timeline.
simplicity.
To prove to everybody that Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College
and
Hoops
the
doesn't have to be
sixth
the only one
generation
we
of
can
consoles,
like.
PS2,
Now those are 50 words
Xbox,
I can get
etc.
behind.
We can start by changing that ringtone.
Well, if we really want to know why Dick
Madden 08
Vitale's
was the last
awesome baby
one to
college hoops
release
is
in
a
that era,
thing
I
these
believe.
days,
Except,
we can just
well,
go ask
PS2
our
games I
supreme
think
leader,
kept coming out for a
who's
while.
down the
But
street.
Neat sh**. I'll head out with you guys.
Wait, don't you have one of those I hate Dick Vitale and I'm proud of it bracelets on?
It's okay. They ran out of small ankle bracelets, so they had to give me an XL one. I can just slip this off right now and put it on a ceiling fan or whatever, and they'll think I'm moving around the house.
He's gone fucking mad.
Oh, alright, what's
Are
the
my
plan
feet
here?
still cold?
Mind wording that in a Dick Vitale context?
Yeah, as much as I want to overthrow the government and all, I still can't really understand.
Yes,
much
they're
if
still
it's not in the
freezing
Dick Vitale
cold.
genre.
I think the entrance to our Leader's Lair is underground in that hole over there. All we need to do is sneak past those guards.
I think I know how to distract them.
Man, I love Dick Vitale.
Same.
Yeah, it is. Holy sh! Is that Dick Vitale's awesome baby college hoops?
Maybe. We better play them all to make sure.
Alright, you guys go in. I'll hang back and stay guard.
Dick Vitale?
Dick Vitale. He's good, right?
So good.
It's just so great to see people who get it. He's just
The perfect balance of Dick and Vitale.
Well, you've all won me over. What can
For
I
some
do?
reason,
You know, we do
I don't know
Dick
who it
Vitale's
is,
awesome
but
baby
that guy,
college hoops
the guy in the with the covered face,
wearing a mask?
always reminds me of the nostalgia critic.
Dick Vitale, so why would I show my face?
Fair reasoning.
Yeah, you guys can show your faces all you want. I just don't want to go to hell.
So how did the world get so awesome, baby?
Well, I wouldn't normally lie and just say it's always been like this, but you guys seem pretty cool, talking about Dick Vitale and all. So originally, things weren't like this. Then there were a ton of other sports games besides Dick Vitale's awesome baby college hoops. I refused to like that. I built this time machine to travel back in time, persuade Dick Vitale to buy the patent for all video games,
Yeah.
and force no other sports games to be created
Patenting video games
baby college
entirely.
hoops. And also pull some strings with the government to make me the head honcho of all Dick Vitale related activities. On top of that, make all Dick Vitale related activities mandatory for all citizens.
Man, it's so nice knowing somebody with the means of time travel uses it to force everyone to love Dick Vitale's awesome baby college hoops.
Somebody had to do it. I'm also working on a bunch of new things, like this goo that turns any game you drown it in into a cyborg, and this lie detector I bought at Cracker Barrel. Anyways, I have to prepare a statement to the people tonight. Some nut job was talking about Madden or whatever. Must have crossed over to another timeline. We'll be exterminating him soon, but I've got to tell everyone he's crazy or something. Let me just find my
Okay.
access code for the satellite transmission and we'll be all set. How did you get them?
Not from somebody told me all about the wonders of Madden NFL football, that's for sure.
I'm sorry I have to do this, but you all know too much. We can't have people like you poisoning everyone's minds, especially with the info you know.
Hey, look, it's Dick Vitale!
Alright, I know you're lying, but I can't take a chance like that, so boom! Okay, not there. Son of a bitch!
Oh my god, what a rush.
And on top of that, we're home by 9 too.
Alright, what did you guys discover?
Oh, he's
He altered the space-time continuum and put me in this fucking abomination. I can't get it off!
Yeah, he traveled back in time to make Dick Vitale's awesome baby college hoops the only game we can play.
Oh, that's great.
And he put himself in power.
He was gonna make a statement to
Of
the
course.
people tonight over satellite, but I swiped his access code. The code is Dick Vitale.
Wow, that's the nicest felony anybody's ever committed for me. But since we have the access code now, we can tell everybody the truth. We gotta set up a camera.
Alright, what's up, virgins and virgins? I got big news for you all. Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops is not the only sports game you can play. Look at this.
What the f is that?
There are more possibilities out there than just Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops. We all deserve to have an opinion, to be okay with the idea that sometimes it's okay not to like Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops. We all deserve to have options with our sports games.
Oh, what's
and
in
the
the
right
corner
to pick
back
one
there?
To call our own.
And that is how you tell everybody everything they believed was a lie.
Yeah, I gotta hand it to you. You really convinced me my whole life's been a sham.
Well, we gotta see how people are responding.
Everything is a lie. There's more than.
Looks like
What did that say?
Closed early.
This is bullshit. I'm not going to let my dream be thrown away just because some straggler from another timeline wants to change all my hard work. These people need to be shown that Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops is alright. not a privilege. They need to see just how powerful this game is. They all need to be taught a lesson.
He said it turns anything into a giant cyborg.
What was that?
Alright, I'm just gonna say it. I think he went too far.
You fools! You thought Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops wasn't the only sports game you can play?
Oh no.
That's ridiculous. You've angered the Dick Vitale Awesome Baby College Hoops gods. Time Warner Interactive will smite you all. You've asked for this.
He's destroying the city with his love for Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops!
Hate to be a buzzkill, but I usually call it quits when these sorts of things happen.
So I stole that guy's whatever his teleportation base is for nothing!
Wait. This'll teleport me inside of that giant robot. He might be in there controlling it.
Who would ruin a Sega Genesis like that?
I'm going
Not
in there
me.
to fight for the right to Madden 08. I don't know if I'm gonna survive, but if he kills me, at least I'll die fighting for what I believe in.
What's even happening anymore?
Alright.
I think it's pretty apparent. He's got to go teleport into a giant robot Sega Genesis that's terrorizing the city due to the fact that Madden 08 exists.
That stung.
That breaks such a good robo, because he's destroying the city and trying to make sure Madden 08, the greatest game of all time, doesn't get created.
It's gonna take a lot more than aggravated assault and battery to stop me.
Oh, what does it look like? It made out of blood to you?
You stupid, dumb, stupid Madden 08 fan. Don't you understand it's easier
Who
to
will
conform
win?
to society than tell
I'm gonna
everyone
find
a
out.
game called Madden 25 exists?
My neck's falling asleep.
This will be life from now on. Everything shall be awesome, baby!
No! Everything should be centered around a yearly football game franchise by EA Sports!
The Madden 08 robot. This is where the thing from earlier where it started at. Whew. Love that rendition.
That hurt my skin and body.
I can breathe again.
Was it worth it? Why did you do all
Oh, that's right. It's Relax Alex. That's who it was.
I just couldn't accept that people didn't care
totally
about Dick
forgot.
Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops. That was the sports game I cared about, and to see everyone talking about anything other than that, I just wanted things to go my way for once.
I didn't know blood that much. Listen, man, I was never into the idea of there being Madden games outside of the 8th one, but you just gotta relax. There's more to life than just Dick Vitale, and there's more to life
Just
than Madden
relax,
too.
Alex.
Come on, there's gotta be another
You
sports
just gotta
game.
relax. That's why he turned to the camera with that face.
Mario Golf Toadstool 2 is alright.
That's the one with Mario, right?
Not a good day yet.
I thought it was the one with Luigi.
Oh, the timeline's resetting back to what it was before I took some creative liberties with it.
Oh!
Except the explosion's gonna wipe everything caught in it from the timeline, so... Hey, I'm sorry. Maybe Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops isn't for everyone. I'm starting to see that now.
Nice observation. I wish you realized that before you turned me into a blood dispenser, but it's okay. Well, if I understand this correctly, the time machine blew up because I sacrificed Madden 08. So this is the exact same timeline from before, but now with even more no Madden 08.
Madden 2099 is the next evolution in mankind.
I bloody loved Madden 01.
It's Madden 12 for the NES.
Time spent not playing John Madden is time spent being John Sadden.
Madden 07. But it's Madden 13 we're talking about here.
I like to wash myself off with a copy of Madden 07 on the GameCube.
You know what? I'm okay with this. Madden 08 may be gone, but at least everybody else has options. And hey, I have all these other games to play. Like right now, I can play Jesus Christ out of all options. Well, after sitting at this desk for 2 years, talking about stupid Nintendo games and Madden 08, it's a little weird saying that one of those things is gone.
Hey Scott, it's your old pal Sweepstakes winner announcery Jim here. It's my honor to tell you you've won our contest where you get to create whatever video game you desire.
I told them I wanted to make a game called Madden 08 for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2 and all the old platforms, and they're making an HD remake of it too!
Hey Scott, you caught me playing Madden 05 for the Game Boy Advance. See, what I really like about this game is the gameplay. You really can't beat it, Scott. You really fucking can't beat the gameplay.
Alexa, what is the definition of a virgin?
Someone who likes Stuart Little and has never owned Madden 13 for the Wii U.
Oh, well thank God I got my— oh my— every time!
I am truly infatuated with Madden 07 for the original Xbox.
He's way too young to make this joke.
There is no better game.
I'm gonna have to give Madden 99 a 7.5 out of 10. It really is the Dark Souls of Japanese shoot-'em-ups.
Sport.
John Madden was so good. Where's John Madden 2?
Mr. Cat, I always believed that having a protein-filled, healthy dose of Madden 07 for the Wii really starts your day off right. Oh.
Okay. So that's the end of that one. So that leaves just that little animation that Mr. Cheese would like for us to check out, that he's apparently featured in. This one right here. So we're gonna end up with this bonus video here, and then we'll call it a night.
Listen, Stoner, you gotta believe me here. Vote off the gentleman right now. I've been telling you and everybody else in this horrible game meeting after meeting, but no one believes me. He's never done a single task, he's been caught next to the scene of the crime, and he's wearing 2 top
Mr. Cheese
hats.
is excited.
Only an insane person would do that. Vote him off now and we can win the game.
Whoa, really seems like you're grasping at straws there, compadre. You got, like, any further evidence or whatever?
Okay. Let me just start from the beginning.
So Mr. Cheese has cheese on his head in this. Okay. And I see his zoom in.
So this is
on
the
him
Among Us
there.
game everybody's talking about?
Yes, indeed, good sir.
Oh, hello there.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is the Gentleman. This here is my associate, Mr. Cheese.
My name, Mr. Cheese.
Speak when spoken to, Mr. Cheese. My apologies. It appears Mr. Cheese has yet to learn his manners.
Owie.
Okay.
Ah, and it looks like your name is Player. How charmingly quaint.
Well, actually, my name is...
Mr. Player. Everyone goes by their usernames in here.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Let me introduce you to the rest of the ensemble. That right there is Sheriff. He's a bit of a loose cannon, very accusatory. Then there's his counterpart, Angel, a perfect role model for any crewmate. Next we got Stoner. He's a rather peculiar individual. Followed up by Rose and B-Day. They're the resident couple of our fancy little dinner party. That white-clad chap over there goes by the title Captain.
Me Too, My Sister.
Several see him as an authority figure of sorts, though his leadership skills are questionable. And finally, there is Ninja. He's the most ruthless assassin I have ever met. A true natural-born killer. May God have mercy on our souls if he has chosen to be the imposter.
私はものすごい忍者だ。そして殺しの達人だ。今すぐに戦いを始めたい。そうすればすぐに殺すことができるからな。
Ninja left
Did
again.
Ninja just get kicked?
Darn tootin'. Servers must be acting up again.
All those in favor of starting without him, say aye.
Aye.
Cool map.
Everyone scatter! Come along, Mr. Cheese.
Hey, do you mind if I tag along? It might be safer if we all stick together.
Good idea.
Whoa, what's going on?
Oh no, Mr. Cheese is dead.
Owie. Oh my god, you killed him!
Poppycock, I didn't know such thing.
Yes, you did! You sliced Mr. Cheese in half!
Oh, my dear boy, you must be confused. A gentle old being such as myself would never perform such a ludicrous display of violence.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
try telling that to the others.
I hate it when people leave immediately because they're not imposters.
Oh my god, Mr. Cheese is dead?
Jeez, you must be so broken up, the gentleman. I know you two were close.
Indeed we were, B-Day. It's been a troubling 12 seconds since I found out he was dead.
Ouchie.
But there is no time for grieving when we have two imposters on the loose. Well, I'm going to skip this vote because I didn't see anything.
I guess that seems fair.
Here's what I would say if I didn't follow my gut at all times. No evidence needed here, baby. Let's vote someone out.
Well, I reckon it's Angel. No, actually, it's...
Me? But I'm never an imposter. I was just doing my crewmate tasks.
Yeah, she
You were
was.
murdered. I know.
Rose and I
Unfortunately,
saw her in the
Mr.
reactor.
Cheese, our long-lost
right,
viewer
babe?
and subscriber,
Sure
has
is. You know, the fact that you
has been
accused
passed
Angel
away.
at
We
all
are now
makes
down to
me think it was
119
you,
subscribers.
Sheriff.
Yeah, bro. Sheriff's always like killing and stuff. I think. Probably.
Guys, it's not Sheriff, it's...
Well, that's all the information I need to cast my vote. All those in favor of flinging Sheriff into the cold, infinite abyss of space, say aye.
No, listen to me. It's the gentle...
Aye. Then the vote passes. I'm sorry, Sheriff, but it looks like these boots ain't big enough for the two of us.
Wait, no, please!
Dang, looks like we really screwed the pooch on that one. If only someone here had more
Stream it.
evidence, we might have been
Yeah,
able to
watch
save
another
an
one
innocent
next
life.
stream.
I've been trying to tell you this whole time that it's...
Everyone
I'm
scatter!
enjoying it.
Huh, all alone. Guess I better do some tasks. Alright, let's clean this O2 filter. Well, that was simple enough.
The gentleman sends his regards.
What the...
Wow, we're dropping like flies, people. We really need someone to step up to the plate and give us a lead.
I know who the imposters are.
Stoner, you got anything? Dude, like, it's gotta be one of us, right? You're darn right it's one of us, Stoner. Good observation. Say, why do they call you Stoner anyways?
I'm a geology major, you feel me?
I sure do, Stoner. Rocks are dope.
Will you guys just
Do you think
listen
the
to me?
imposters
I
are?
know
I'm
who
gonna go
both
with
the killers
Angel.
are. One is Angel and the other is...
Hey, like, Captain Bro, I just had this totally righteous
And
thought that maybe it's Angel.
the gentleman.
I just said that.
It isn't me, guys. I swear.
Quiet, Space Witch.
Well, that's
you
my
care to
current
expand on that
guess.
theory, Stoner? Well, like, Sheriff said Angel was it last time.
You
Say no
satisfying
more.
crunch.
I already cast my vote. It seems we have reached a consensus.
What? Traitor?
Did you guys hear that? It's clear the other imposter is...
My God, you did it, you gorgeous green goofball.
Yeah,
Looks like
they're
there's
pretty
only one
satisfying.
imposter left. Looks like the reactor's down. Bro,
I like the
major buzzkill. Follow
like
me,
the
everyone.
Shields one. That one's satisfying to me for some reason.
Okay, now two of us need to place our hands on the scanner at the same time. Someone go to the left side.
Roger that. Ready, Captain.
I'm ready as well, good sir. Initiate reactor meltdown containment protocol. Oh my, the horror! Whoa, he's like all dead and murdery, dude.
And that's the whole story. So it should be pretty obvious by now that it's the gentleman. Vote him out now, and we win.
My dear boy, you are woefully befuddled. I in fact believe you to be the imposter. Dudes, let's all chill. I've made my final verdict. Time to cast our votes.
Well, I'm voting for the gentleman.
I can't help but feel betrayed, Mr. Player. You leave me no choice but to vote for you. You sad, gullible little noob. I was the imposter.
I was worried that would happen.
What? Oh my God. I knew I should have just stuck to Fall Guys.
That's the end, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Okay. That's one more pretty please. I'm gonna have to call this one here. Well, I've got it written down to include it in the next one, which may even be tomorrow night. Because I unfortunately have to work in the morning, and it is very, very late for me. And all right, good night, Kaneki. Mr. Cheese. I promise we'll have another one. We may even make it just a regular thing for whenever we do the miscellaneous ones to include one episode of that. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on if it stays as good as I like it or what goes on. But most likely we'll probably. I know we can guarantee for sure we'll be watching one next time. We got a bunch of other ones we got lined up to watch too. So thank you everybody for joining in. If anybody that's watching is not somebody who's watched me before or something, then please, if you wouldn't mind, do at least consider subscribing, as this has been something I've been doing a lot recently, putting a lot of work into it. I upload stuff every day as well, gaming related, and it would mean a lot to me. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your night or morning or day, depending on where you live. And I'll catch all of you guys in the next one. Have a good night. Bye-bye.